of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi George. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi George is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Many people will not understand the mindset behind those words, but I can assure you, you will one day. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi George. He is the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. He is the director of Radio Biafra and Biafran Television. He is the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for over 60 years. And by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I am George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, as always, we must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator, the one who has said the order of life, the one who knows the end even before they begin, the one who sees our weaknesses and out of them he made strength, the one though he is keeping quiet but there is so much for him to say. And as always, I say to him, Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma o, ịhụnanya gị na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na Nedemao. You see. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we will be going to our topic this evening. But before then, may I remind you that on this segment, our team remain back to your roots. Back to your root. This is one aspect of our life that have been reduced with delegated words and mindset. Hundreds of years it has been a target by the imperialists to actually inflict on you a self-hate which will indefinitely or invariably lead to your self-destruction. A lot of us cannot endure this word. And when my lines are open, some people are going to tell you religion, say religion, no say. Honestly, when I want to talk about religion, I will let you know. But I'm just trying to help all of us evaluate our stand. Let's find out what our father did and why they did what they did and why they failed to do what they supposed to do. Let us find out who they really were. It is as simple as ABCD. No mistake. There should be no confusion anywhere. And believe me, each time I come on air here, telling you about the culture and tradition of our ancestors, I do not stand to be correct. But I'm telling you what my ancestors did. I don't know about you. And then it is expected that at the end of this illustration, to you as a Biafran, you can come up here and say, yes, what you said, this is how we do it. Then what we said, this is how it is. Honestly, I may have visited Southeast as a Biafran, but I was born and brought up in Bende State. And this has been my home, our home. I know from the beginning of Bende State to the end of Bende State. I know every community. I know every dialect. I know everybody there. But there are things we do. We know who our brothers are. I want to say the greatest revelation or weapon of uniting our people emerged as a result of our leaders saying one thing. If your mother tied to wrapper, you are a Biafran. And of course, there are questions people ask. And one of these days, we are going to look into some of this study. Why is it that in Biafra land, you have different languages? The answer is simple. Intermarriage. We will study that and it will amaze you. But that having been said, we continue on the expedition, on this journey back to your roots. Who are they? Why did they do what they did? And why will they not do certain things? Back to your roots is our theme this evening. And then our topic for tonight on this very segment is some sacrilege acts forbidden by our ancestors. Some sacrilege acts forbidden by our ancestors. Don't let the grammar confuse you. Some things our fathers and our mother, they forbid it. They call it taboo. You don't do them. If you get involved, you are considered as unclean, unfit to associate with them. You will be penalized. You can be banished from the community. But these things look common these days. But our ancestors understand that getting involved in these things goes beyond a biological consequence. There are spiritual consequences. The very order of life will be disrupted. And when that is done, you begin to notice a lot of abnormal occurrences. And all these things gave room for us to begin to question the Creator. And do you know what? The Creator will not answer, because somewhere along the line, you have failed to find out what is behind your problem. Like I said earlier, we have come to a position as a people where every father is supposed to take once, at least 2 or 3 times, if not 4 times every month, to sit down your children and tell them who they are. There are indirect way of trying to make laws that makes your children look as if you are born in America, you become America. You are born in Agbo, you become Agbo. You are born in Enugu, you become Enugutarian. It's not that way. It can never be that way. The government of the day can do that in order to enable you misplace your priority. But it's not going to be the truth, because the day they will call for the owners of the land, that day you will know you are a stranger. Tell your children who they are. Tell them who their father is. Tell them how they behave. You never know. Believe me. There is no way evil will triumph over righteousness. It can never be. It can never be. Some of the sacrilegious acts forbidden by our ancestors. When you talk about sacrilege acts, it means violation or misuse of what is regarded as sacred. It means the violation or the misuse of something that is regarded as sacred. Something that is sacred is something that is dedicated or something that is set apart for the service of worship of a deity, or considered worthy of spiritual respect. Something that is worthy of spiritual respect or devotion or inspiration or reference among people who believe in that thing. The property is often described to objects, sacred artifacts that is venerated and blessed or placed sacred on the ground. It's something that it is considered to be holy. Something that they believe should be respected. Something that they think it is special, dedicated for worship. in order to enhance or attract spiritual respect. I taken so much time to try to define sacrilege or sacred, and that is because it's not our dialect. If I were to be discussing with you on our language, I would have simply said arrow. Arrow. It's as simple as that. Leave all this BB grammar. Arrow. When they say something is arrow, you should understand what it means. Onyeibe arrow. And then in my dialect, I'll see arrow. We're going to look at some of the arrows that our ancestors strictly forbid. Why do they do that? Let me tell you the truth. It is not about going to the church. It is not about going to the mosque. It is not about being Ogomo, Omenala, Shabbatarian, Arabatarian. It really doesn't matter when it comes to the issue of righteousness. I have noticed from experience that if you are doing the right thing, you have a lot of spiritual backup, believe me. That is why our ancestors always use that word and say, Ojofo Ghana. Ojofo Ghana, onwero yendiro genwikime. And when they say Ojofo Ghana, that means if your hands are clean, you will escape any trap. We just consider these things as ordinary words. Please, try and study them. It will amuse you. If your hands are clean, there is nothing anybody can do. They can only back. Ojofo Ghana. When they say your hands are clean, it does not mean you are faultless. It could mean that even in your most dubious and dirtiest of mistake or sin or atrocity, you still stand pure because they were not deliberate. There is power in righteousness. Believe me. The Bible says that the righteous are as bold as lion. There is power in doing the right thing. Our fathers understand this truth. Their adage and parables that they present before us on daily basis testify, bear testament to this truth. And if there must be righteousness that empowers individual, you must know how they come. Let me digress a little bit to enable you to be able to assimilate and digest our study this evening. If you see the Fulani in our land, they are raping animals. They rape old women. They rape younger ladies. They rape anything they can see. The Fulani Hausa politicians are sleeping with some of our politicians. Is it gay they call them? Gay. And the point is, these things are not normal. When you see Fulani man sleeping with cow, my brother, they are not normal. When you see a Fulani man raping a woman as old as 90 years, my brother, they are not normal. It's not about the sexual engagement. There is more beneath it. You see Fulanis in our land, they will arrange a little girl. They can be up to 40. They will rape the girl till she dies. And they pieces her and throw the remaining parts of the body away. My brothers, they are not doing this thing for the fun of it. These are rituals. Our fathers understand these things. They first of all make sure that their children don't get involved in such dirty and nasty acts. They understand the consequence. When you are part of the perpetrators of this evil, you are part of the people propelling this evil in our land. They understand the consequence. They understand the consequence of other people doing it in your land. Because the last time I checked, we are supposed to be the guardians of Biafra land. Where are they today? But of course, a lot of things has gone wrong when it comes to the issue of culture and tradition, because there is a Yoruba man there very interested in your 10% to make sure that your prayers do not affect them. They destroy your culture and tradition. They subdue you and enslave you spiritually, but you will not understand because you will think you are serving Jesus. No, you are serving Yoruba pastor. Very bitter, but it remains the truth. Like I said, we are looking at some of the cultures and traditions that are sacrilege, arrow. In those days when men were men, you cannot carry out those activities. But it looks like it is prevalent among the Nigerian youth these days, and of course among youth across the globe. Most of them don't even know what they are doing, why they do. But tonight, let me enlighten you. It is not our style. It has never been our style, and it will not be our style. This is the time everybody must tell their children who they are. Nigerians have spent time telling us who we are not. The Yoruba keep telling their children who they are not. The Hausa Fulani keep telling their children who they are not. But we, on the other hand, we have failed to tell our children who we are. We are busy promoting people's culture. We are busy telling them who they are not. Oh, my son, my daughter, don't mind them. We are Nigeria. You are evil. That is sacrilege. Don't mind IPOB. Look at what they are doing. My sister, my brother, you are evil. That is sacrilege. Are we here to conquer Yoruba? Are we here to conquer Hausa? Are we here to conquer Fulani? But you don't know you have problem. But you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And of course, there are so many of them, but I will focus on one area more tonight. And then in other studies, we look at other areas. And now, some of this sacrilege art, forbidden by our ancestors, would start by looking at number one, the law behind sexual intercourse. The law behind sexual intercourse. All these things you think they are normal, they cause problem in a society, physically or spiritually. But whatever way you want to consider it, somebody bears the consequence. Sexual intercourse. In our leader broadcast, he said in those days, when Hausa man, Fulani man, or Yoruba man touch Igbo girl, they do party. Some people will think it's fun. Our leader Mazi Kanu is not the first place. I said so. My mother told me that if Hausa have the privilege of touching Igbo woman, they don't wash that hand. My mother didn't say they do party. But my mother said they don't wash that hand. It is also part of party. You can imagine Hausa man, Yoruba man, Fulani man touch Igbo woman. He go hold the hand. They know they touch him. It be like who touch angel. Hold the hand almost 1 month. Then so boy, why are you carrying your hand up beside touch Igbo woman? I touch Igbo woman. How did we get here? Today the same people they sing song for us. And you are there romancing one Nigeria. The people who represent death to your people. Yeah, you are holy. Don't worry. But let's look at them this evening. When you look at this sacrilege regarding to sexual intercourse, there are things our ancestors don't do. And it's happening in our society today. Others can do it. They know the reason why they are doing it. And if our fathers did not participate in that act, that means they have a reason why they did not. Every other person can do that and go away, but not for you. That is why there are certain sins, unquote, according to the world standard, that we commit. And people come and say, don't you know it's a sin? Who told you? Who told you? Are you from my village? If it's a sin in your village, who told you it's a sin in my village? Our children must know who they are. Number one, when you talk about those sacrilege on the side of sexual intercourse, one, a father does not have sexual intercourse with the daughter. In fact, throughout this COVID-19 lockdown, Nigerian newspaper in 2 different occasions gave statistics of how many fathers that pregnanted their daughter during the COVID-19 lockdown. I think Anambra record was that 24% of Anambra citizens, their men pregnant their mother. In as much as I don't want to believe that very story coming from Yoruba Gota media, I will categorically tell you that a lot of fathers now sleep with their daughter. This is sacrilege and should not happen. These are the reason why brothers can open their eye and betray brother. These are the reason why a lot of evil is happening in our land. Because you have defied the system. And if you are listening to me this evening as a daughter, because your father is not doing it does not mean it doesn't happen. I will not say don't let your father do it. Because in the real sense, if that man blood is what form you, your father body cannot move for you. When you see your supposed dead father lusting after you, my sister, that man is not your father. You don't need DNA test to know it's not your father. The mother should be held responsible. It's sacrilege. Now, as a child, in those days, where community was community, they don't stop us from fighting. Abo, where I come from, they don't stop children from fighting. The moment they see you, there's this tendency you want to fight all the time. You feel like fighting. They do ring for you. They will say, fight so that this fight will end. Others will put chair around you people. In that fight, nobody blows each other hard one. What you see is, I push you, and then I push you. I touch you now, then I touch you now. After like 30 minutes of touching and pushing, they will hold themselves, strangle themselves, fall on the ground, rotate on the sand. And then maybe after like 30 minutes, they say, stand up. Are you people satisfied? Both of you will be breathing. Are you satisfied? You admit you have satisfied. They say, go and bathe. But do you know that there are certain things that will happen in the course of that fight? It will lead to another revelation. You and your brother are fighting. You set blow to puncture that your brother's face. My brother, even if both of you are the same mother and the same father, it means that your mother has gone to Pampala somewhere and bring Hausa Fulani son. That boy is not your brother. In my village, what they will do is they will call the mother and say, tell us the truth. You gave birth to Peter and Paul. How come Peter is punching Paul to the extent of almost killing him? Tell us what is the secret. Who is the father of Paul? Or who is the father of Peter? Because what they see already told them something is wrong. My sister, if your father is touching your pant, go and ask your mother, who is my father? That man is not your father. He will rape you and God will not punish him. But God will punish your mother because your mother is the beginning of that evil. This is the time the righteous nation must rise. Let us tell the next generation the truth so they can remove abominable objects. They can remove abomination from our land. No true father can sleep with the daughter. Your prick will not stand. Let me come down in the level you will understand. If I say skruntum now, then we'll now put that for Facebook. George Onyeibe says skruntum. Your real father prick cannot stand for the daughter. It is not possible. It is considered sacrilege. And when it happens, there is consequence. There is consequence. That is why you see suicide. That is why you see certain things that don't happen in our community, they begin to happen. Under normal circumstance, that man that want to sleep with the daughter, there are many women outside. Your mind did not tell you that our custom and tradition permit you to marry 1 million wives like Solomon. He's your daughter. That is the one that is moving you. It is Satan that is moving you. You are possessed. You have become a curse. All of you to the whole generation. I don't want to go to Bible references. It will shock you. But I'm telling you from our culture and tradition. Father does not climb his own daughter. It's a taboo, arrow, sacrilege. But it's happening in our society today. And I'm happy our leader reaffirmed it. When Biafra come, I can assure you, some of us will fight for certain things to be instilled in the society. DNA test, compulsory. So that when we have problem, let's know where our problem is coming from. Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani, product of rape as a result of war, frustrating our life. Do I blame you for that? No, I don't blame you. But will I allow you to kill me because you are a victim of circumstance? Of course I will not allow that. You didn't choose your position, neither do I. And then let me be. If Yoruba man pregnanted you, take it to Yoruba, let them carry their uluwole. If it's Hausa Fulani, give it to them, let them carry their bambiyala. We cannot keep quiet and allow you to kill us in our fatherland. Personating us, so we say it's one of us. You are not one of us. No true father sleep with the daughter. Let me stop there. Number 2. No true mother sleep with the son. If we tell you that some mothers sleep with their son, you will doubt it. It happened in my place. A woman, the son went to take hard drug. Whether it's Brantashi, they call it. We were still small then, according to what I heard. They said the boy was going to die, except something happened. And the only available woman there was the mother. And the woman had sexual intercourse with the son. And when the man heard, he left the house. For over 20-something years, we spent in that community. I never see the man. I asked my mother one day, where are these people, father? Why is only this boy and the mother the one at home? And my mother told me, it's a sacrilege. The man walked away and never returned again. The woman lived in isolation. And the boy was like an outcast. Everybody have to avoid them. So the evil will start with them and die with them because it is sacrilege. But sometimes when you look at it, for a mother to go to that land, something is wrong. Something is wrong. It defied the land. Did you hear the consequence? The man has to walk away from the community, never to return again. The woman was isolated with the son for the rest of their life, forbidden from visiting anybody. The reason is because this evil started with you people, and this evil will die with you people. That man is dead. That woman is dead. And that son is dead. And there is nobody as we speak today to carry out their lineage. It is gone. And so if you are a son now, your mother is doing that kind of a thing to you, you have to run for your life. If she insists in continue doing that, run for your life. Keep her in a distance where you can see her as a mother. Never go close to her. This is abomination. This is sacrilege. This is defiling our land. That is why the son of a king is trekking and the son of a slave is on top of the horseman for the prince. We are fighting unusual battle. You people will not understand. Somebody say, oh, how does it bring freedom for us? But it is the same act that is making us desperate, trying to release ourselves from this dungeon. Are they not raping your mother? Are they not sleeping with our politician? All those Hausa Fulani, they sleep with your politician. Go and ask Roger Sukorosha. Does the truth hurt you? Number 2. Number 3. Sleeping with people's wife. Somebody's wife. The husband go to work. You now meander. You are a sharp guy. It's a sacrilege. There is a reason why God gave more women than men. And there are some things I may not want to go to in the course of our back to your root. You know, sometimes we tread with caution anyway. By the time it becomes something that is encouraged in our society, it opens door for other people to even take advantage of it. I can tell you categorically that in Yoruba culture, your wife is only when both of you are under the same roof. A Yoruba woman can go and meander anywhere in the world. Their custom does not forbid it. But if she comes back to the husband's house, she can't do that. But in our own culture as a people, we don't tolerate it. Even though you are doing it today, it is a high class of taboo. It is in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. When David made that mistake, if not for the fact that he understands he has made a mistake, repented and make amends. In fact, he was denied a lot of privileges because of that act. And he prayed and saw the face of God dearly for it. Cast me not away from your presence, O Lord. Take not the Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of my salvation, and renew a right spirit within me. There are young girls out there. Why don't you get 4 wives, 20 wives in an person own? Or shakewo. Another man's wife is the one you are looking. Do you know there are some people so hopeless that they are looking for pregnant women to sleep with? All these things defile our land. All these things are ritual. Watch out for them if we must deliver a holy nation. We shouldn't say it, but it's happening. And we are bearing the brunt. We are bearing the consequence. And then we should say it. The next generation of Biafra may not know. Oh, it's my daddy. Doesn't mean. Is he not my daddy? Oburakwa your daddy. Aliwoke. There is a boundary between 2 plots of land. They are the same land, but they have a boundary. These are sacrilege. Your anointing is to pursue other people's wives. Check yourself. You have been cursed. Another form of sacrilege. Our ancestors forbid making love in an open field. We are not animal. Our ancestors forbid it. You must do that in a home, in a closet. Go to almost every bridge in Nigeria. You see atrocity, arrow, abomination, sacrilege. And you think that kind of country can develop? Your leaders allow you to do that because the moment you defile yourself, you open the portal that enables the enemy to strike you. What the Yoruba Hausa Fulani are doing, raping and killing on our land, is to defile our land in order for the portal for them to open and kill us justifiably, and God will say nothing. There is the one they call necrophilias. That one is very common with Hausa Fulani, sleeping with cow. They sleep with goat. They sleep with dog. Any animal they see. Of course, when I say this thing, it happened in Europe, it happened in America, it happened across the globe where you have lunatics. With all the number of beautiful girls across the globe, you see a man to sleep with dog and chicken and goat and fowl and most especially in Nigeria. This is sacrilege. It is forbidden by our ancestors. But do you know some people culture promote it? Talking about defiling young girls. Talking about you as a woman. In those days I was in Abo. There is as a child, there is a company that came in later. They call them Biwadam. Construction company, maybe from one of these Arab nations. Biwadams, I think they are still in Abo till tomorrow morning. What they did then, in the evening like this, they gathered some of our guests with jeep. We were still small. Take them into their construction site. Pay them money and allow dog to be sleeping with them. They will be videoing them. And they pay them money. I've never survived wake up from that traumatization. Even as an adult today. As I'm speaking to you, I'm feeling it. But to those girls, it was fun. Their mother didn't tell them. Their father didn't tell them. How many of you, Biafra mother and father, know what they are doing to your daughter or your son when you are not there? Tell them this truth so they can defend themselves in the nearest future. You never know the next lunatic will come in their way. Understand that there are spiritual consequences and physical consequences. There are some other persons who like to the gay, that one is popular, lesbian. Now, let me tell you, when this atrocity happens, it defies the land. When the land is defied, the people remain weak and unable to defend themselves. So that is why when Hausa come into our land, they defile our land by every means necessary and available to them. Now let me tell you that almost 50% of Biafran women were pregnanted on top of trailer going to sell gari in Ugwawosa. Many of them end up going to Ugwawosa to sell gari, but they have a room where they are doing a shower. They brought children who are inflicting this misery on us here on our land. Let me tell you, as we are speaking here now, go to every market in Biafra land, every major market in Biafra land, you will see how Wosa Fulani have a way of controlling the market and our environment at night. Go to oil mill, for instance. You will see as early as 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, our youngest are lying down with Awusa to buy tomato. Line up waiting for Awusa to buy tomato, watermelon, garbage, onions, whatever it is. If you know the atrocity going on there, you will know why we are in deeper trouble than all of you can imagine. Am I saying it to spite on anybody? No. I am first of all saying, mother, tell your children this evil cannot stand. It will affect them. That is why most of you will not be able to have children. Maybe you did it out of hunger, but we get to a stage in life, we choose to stand for dignity. We choose to stand for righteousness. We choose to stand that justice and truth may prevail above every other thing. That if at the end of the day, we give up everything that matters dear to us, let it be on record that we did it for the good of humanity. Most especially our people. Don't do that. No be only you where they hungry. Go to trailer park somewhere in Enugu. Go to anywhere you have trailer park. Go to Umunede. Go to anywhere drivers park. You will see what Awusa Fulani are destroying our culture and tradition, defiling our land by this art. No, we're not going to say it. We're going to say it too. Where they kill your elderly people in the farm and their blood touch ground, it defies the ground. Everything that back us up spiritually is gone. Somebody said it in our morning program. We don't believe in all these things. Say no, there is power. There is power. There are powers that governs this universe. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There are powers. Because you can't see them, because you can't feel them, because sometimes they are not tangible, does not mean they are absent. They exist. They exist, believe me. Now, let's just look at some of them briefly, and then I'll open our line, and you tell me some of this sacrilege art. There is an adage in my place. Onyaji wi anyuehi onyu waike. Onyaji wi anyuehi onyu waike. You come out where elders are. You pollute. It's a sacrilege. You can die for it miserably. But there are people in their culture, they mess anyhow, no regard. When they even mess, they greet you. Eku messy, ele baba, ele baba. What did the baba do? Baba just mess. In our culture and tradition, you don't mess, you don't pollute in the presence of an elder. It's a sacrilege. You will pay dearly for it without knowing. And most of you do that, you don't know. That is why most of our problem, we don't even know where it starts from. How can we know how to solve it? Do you you know the implication when our mothers come out and naked and swear for you? Do you know the implication? Most of the governors in Biafra land, those of you who made our mother to naked and swear for you, just begin to look for how to see them and make peace with God. Because if you escape it, your children will not escape. It is a very dangerous act, except you are not one of us. And if you are not one of us, your own case become more worse. You make our mother to open their wrapper and swear for you, you are in trouble. Forget about the juju man that service you. You are in trouble. That such cause never leave. Many politicians in Nigeria have created the atmosphere that enables our mother to naked and walk along the road for them and place a curse on them. They think they will escape. You will not escape, believe me. If you manage to escape by the way of being smartness, it will catch up with your children. Tell your children what you have done so they know what they are waiting for. All these things are sacrilege acts. All these things are sacrilege acts. Some women, when they have issue with their husband, they will turn their back and he use their hand to hit their bumbo and tell their husband, they will be using their bumbo to swear for their husband. You are placing a curse on yourself. If you are such woman, that is not boldness, that is not being aggressive, that is not trying to stand up to your right, you are placing a curse on yourself. And if all of us at the end of the day, out of ignorance or deliberately defile ourselves, how do you think God will back us up? In as much as we understand that God will not do for man what man should do for themselves, we understand that God help man. America understand this truth. That is why in their dollars, you see where they write, in God we trust. That is why Africans have their very fabric of their existence attached with religion. Very religious people. The world know the truth. That is why Chinese and Japanese and Indian, all of them worship their ancestors. Because they understand that there is a power that sits in heaven and he presides over the affair of man. He is the one that shapes our way. I want you to watch our leader closely. He continually saying Elohim, Chukwu Okike Abiama, Abasembo, Priye, Tamuno, Chukwu, Orise. He keeps telling you, God sent us here. And the more you commit some of this sacrilege, the more he withdraw his presence from you. And that is why you see, when your enemy finish defiling you, they create substance, they create situation, they create scenario. They must look for a way to link that problem back to you. If you don't have this knowledge, you suffer for the crime you know nothing about. Where boy your food will see you, man. That having been said, I will stop here this evening, but we will continue from there. There are a lot of sacrilege acts out there. If you get involved, you either pay dearly or the next generation pay dearly. Tell the next generation of Biafrans this truth. It will save them. Every Biafran will eventually leave Yoruba church, but I can assure all of them they will go to heaven. And the reason why they have to live there, it is because they control your destiny. You gave it that control power to them without your knowledge. I wish you can see what we are trying to make you see now. But you will. Let's hope it will not be too late. But God is faithful. That He keep watching on all of us Biafrans. That is why no matter how much they try to defile our land, He did not allow them to prevail. He did not give them that privilege to prevail. When you see Hausa Fulani or Fulani ravaging our land, raping and killing, all those things are sacrilege acts to our land. And it makes certain things go down. Brothers, sisters, let us clean our land so that Chukwu Kikabiama indeed can assume his full position. I'll be back in a minute.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Yes, at this moment our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line remains 07081545642. 07081545642 is our WhatsApp line. Our direct line is 08122152971. 08122152971. And the special number for the female is 08128858614. Special number for the female is 08128858614. Let me tell you one gospel truth. There are a lot of things that we need to put aside, as the consequence behind those actions will give coverage to saboteurs, enemies of Biafra that live among us already. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening from
Biafrans all over. I'm Ebenezer Amago. I'm calling from Oyi. Mazi, your topic this evening really it really impressed me, because I now think back and understand why people no longer want to go back to their roots. You know, in a place where I come from, when somebody marry or when a woman marry, there is something we call traditional marriage. Yeah, for my dialect, we call it Ikwechu. That is for Abakaliki language. Then, after the woman must have gone that traditional system, no matter how strong the person is, the woman can never go and meet another woman, another man. If eventually she tries it, either his son or either her son will die, or if the woman cook and give to the husband, if the husband know that her wife meets another man and he ate the food, the man will die. And there is another strong thing that this your topic this evening really teach me many things that I've forgotten. In my place, when somebody dies, or madam, if the person that died, if you that went there, you go there and collect cow, they kill there. Where you, for your own father that died, you did not kill cow for your father. You go there and collect the cow that they do for another man's burial. Eventually, if you eat the cow, you will still die. So this thing now tell me that there are power, natural power bestowed in this land. But because of how these Fulani people came, they are now trying to pollute our land, destroy our land. All those things that we believe, those things that have those natural power, they are no longer existing now. For example, if you come to Enugu Ezike, all these things they are still in existence. If you come to my place, because I come from Izi, in a place called
my
Izi.
Brother, they say the ignorant of the law is no excuse. Because you don't know those are part of the problem we are facing. You will think it does not exist. It does. Like the example you gave now. In my place, if a woman is going out of the matrimonial home, and the consequence is that the son will start dying, First son will die, then second son will die, third son will die. The moment they start dying in sequence, that means the woman is going out. It takes them one after the other. If the man knows and keep quiet and still be eating the woman's food, the man will die.
Exactly, that's how it happens.
It's still till tomorrow, but they will not tell you. The doctor will say it's a Orobomasin disease. They now write gone too soon. It's not Orobomasin. We do not cast our young ones down. We do not cast our youngs on time. In our culture and tradition, it is a taboo to die. Obanje, that is one of the reasons they want to like demonize Obanje. They don't take it, but it happens today. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, even as in there, this your topic this night really touches me because I'm into transportation. Every park, all over the world.
Every motor park, you see what they do to most of our women? Fulani, but people don't understand. He said, no, it's still raw. Let's leave it. We're not gonna leave anything unturned. No. We're not gonna leave anything unturned. Let us clean our hearts so that very day, as we will march as a people, with one voice where we shout, a light will penetrate through the universe that they have not seen the kind before. Back to your roots. Go ahead.
Mazi, please permit me to use my dialect to speak to my people all over the world. Ndibani, Iji Nodo, Ezeze Kuna, Ikwo Noyo, Mgbe Jogo, Ohozara, Afikpo, Okpoto, Okposhe, Amunda, Eshomu, Ekobuluru Nokpo, onye obele gbesiga ebe ha IPOB. IPOB bi adopt anyị, onye obele gbesiga ebe ha IPOB. That just okanye ba zegwo no. Mbibe funta kwa o kerubere anyị meda be mazuja agbawe ka nata anyị. I pray we elelenyon. Onye obele gbesiga join Nnamdi Kanu. Ka anyị weti ho no ruru anyị. Ngwa legodanya bi le anya le mboka nta de kumibe mengurumburu anyị. Gemaru gwego no boko shiedo. E kobla ige ande emelo to we divine meda. But I can't believe it. Malay me be kacha abru nemaz kacha abru ko be nemaz le kamek jiko e kamek no gbesi guy join IPOB everywhere. Thank you, Mazi, for permitting me to speak my dialect.
Thank you. We must continue. Our people must understand where we are coming from in order for them to be able to appreciate where they are going to. This is not about trying to be religious. This is about an indirect way of decimating a people. Ask yourself a question. Why would they see young girls and they are raping old women? It is ritual. Ask yourself, have you not noticed that in the past month now, they have been targeting our elders, bringing them one after the other? Ritual. Are you there? Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Go ahead, please.
I'm from Iguata.
Go ahead. Your name. Go ahead.
My name is Sarah. What you guys do people all in the name of good This thing you are telling us, sir.
Maybe that's Zoo Epileptic Network, but let's see if you can be able to call back honestly. Very interested to know what you were about to say. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi Onyeibe, I'm still here. Thank you very much.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Mazi Onyeibe. Good evening, sir. Abali Oma, Mgbede Oma, Ihe Oma, Oma, ebe onye ọbụla nọ. Asụkwa m ụbọchị taa taba ahịa oye ka o yitere anyị ihe ọma. Oye yitere anyị niile ihe ọma na eke na oye na afọ na nkwọ. Chi onye uwe onye ọbụla ga na-edu ya. Onye ọbụla bụ nwa Biafra ebe ọbụla unu nọ. Chi onye uwe onye ọbụla ga na-edu ya. ihe anyị na-ekwu na onye ọbụla ga-agba mbọ je chọwa onye wuchi onye ụwa ya, onye ọ bịara ime ihe ya n'elu ụwa, maka onwe onye bịara ime ife ya ebe a nọ. Ihe onye m bịara ime ihe ya bụ afọ ya bụ anielo. Achọrọ m ka onye ọbụla jemala onye bụ onye ụwa ya, maka na ọ dị mkpa unu gee ntị, unu ga-anụ ihe onye ibe na-ekwu na mgbede a. Ihe onye ibe na-ekwu na mgbede ana m akụpụrụ ya mgbịrịmgba. Maazị Onyeibe, ana m akụpụrụ oge mgbịrịmgba n'ọnọdụ a okwu anyị na-ekwu na mgbede a, na ọ dọrọ m fecha fecha. Ebe gbadoro ọkpa wee na-ekwu okwu bụ na nkume dị oke ọrụ, dị oke elu. Nkume ezumezu ndị ichie, ezumezu ụmụ ọkpụ adaọla, ezumezu ụmụada, ndị iyom, ndị ukwu, ndị nze, ndị ọzọ, ndị eze, ụmụ okoro, ụmụ agbọghọbịa, ụmụ kirikiti papa. Ọnụ okwu a ka ịgbadoro ọkpa kịta wee na-ekwu okwu anụnwa dị mkpa, maka na nwaanyị ọbụla gbaa n'ezi bata si ilu nwoke na-eje na mmụọ, gere m ntị ihu unu wee fụ ihe o ji wee dị ka gasị na onwe ya bụ okwu si wee gbatakwụrụ. Ya bụ ihe otu o si wee gbatakwụrụ bụ na nwoke ọbụla na-eje na mmụọ wee bata nwunye wee gbaa n'ezi wee sierie nri nye na mmụọ enwe na nsogbu. Ọnya kpatara ndị ụka ji wee je na-edi na ndị ha ma na nwaanyị ọnya na di ya nọ na mmụọ, ha jee kpawa agwa ka ha wee di na anyanwụ nwaanyị. Ha di na ha anyanwụ nwaanyị nwoke, ọ batazịa siere nwoke nri, nwoke richa ya bụ nri ọnwụhụ. Nke ahụ ọka ka dị otu ahụ ọ dụkwarukwa echi, ha gbanwe. Ọ kpata o ji wee dị nsogbu ji wee karịa. Ndị nwe nnukwu arọ magharịa, ọ na-enye nsogbu, ha gbasaa. Unafuge onya ka ndị onya ka iji wee fụ na onye ọbụla nọkarị n'ime ụka kịta. Ha nọkarị n'ime ụka wee na-eme ajọ ife, n'ala be anyị.
Aganeku is not about church. Aganeku is not about church. Very soon I will talk about, hold on, I will talk about arụsị ndị dibịa. Ndị dibịa nwa na-emekwa arụsị o. Let's tell our people what is happening. And there is a way you put it. Lucas is the whole church. You don't know anything about the church, I can assure you. Hold on, for the sake of other people. When I want to talk to the church, I say Yoruba church. I put Yoruba because they are the one who brought all these things. But if you don't differentiate it, people will not know who you are talking to. I'm not talking to Igbo pastor or any other pastor, because the atrocity has nothing to do with us. They just collect little change. Yoruba pastors are the one doing juju there. If you put Yoruba pastor, I will be better off. If you just say church, not all of us. In the same way, one day we'll come here and we'll talk about Ogomo. It will look as if it's Ogomo people. We are trying to focus on what our fathers, they do. They used to do those things. Why did they do those things? What is the benefit? What are the disadvantages? What are the consequences? In as much as we are saying all these things, if we do not direct our words in proportion, people may not understand what we say. This place, some people think I'm talking about religion. Honestly, it's not about you call in on this segment, focus on how it affects us as a people. If you must call Christian, call Yoruba Christians. They are the one who caused all this nonsense, raping all of you inside the church. Was Igbo man not the vice president or vice general overseer of Redeem? Did they not poison him? What about Mountain of Fire? We are assistant general superintendent. Where he wasn't not Igbo man. Why did they poison him? Honestly, it's not about them. I keep telling our people, leave Yoruba church. I'm very specific. Not all of them are bad. Majority of them are. And of course, try if you can come back. So please, when you call me, don't hit it on the church. Be specific so I can address the person's stupidity. Can you hear me, caller, on the line? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
I don't know, radio from this area is really very shaky. Can never understand every single word. I don't know whether from here or from that side you are. I beg you, take it to
well, on that, your phone line is very noisy, so much distorting sound coming from there. But I can assure you from my own side, everything is perfect. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? I thought you have disengaged. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi Onyeibe, are you hearing me?
I thought you disengaged. Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead, please.
It's just network. Okay. Even I'm not Subian Igbo, but they enjoy Igbo, they was here. What I got?
More, each can so was Igbo, Igaman and Gatabili na Albania. How if it's
but so good to be Igbo. Oh, you all want to want
so you think about it. So, oh, Guaman, I will go Guaman in the one.
You think? Oh, anyị na-aga n'iru na-achịkọ ihe niile anyị na-achịkọ maka na onye agwala ọnụ ndụ ya onye na-agwakwa ha onwe ya ụwa anụ anyị nọ n'ime ụmụ Biafra ihe m na-ayọ onye ọbụla mụnwa bụ nwoye Chinedu m nwa ka ga na-ekwu wee ka o mere nke mbụ nke ihe ise nke isii nke isaa nke asatọ nke itenaanị na nke iri na ana n'Igbo Biafra ihe m na-agwa onye ọbụla bụ onye amaghị agba ya wụba awụba onye amaghị agba wụba awụba ndị ahụ ide n'anya nọcha na nnukwu ekwe ebe ahụ n'enu ebe ahụ cha ndị na-ejere ha anya na ha evu kacha na onweghị onye ha wụ unu enezi na ndị ahụ anya yudi dị kịta ụdụ nwa bụ ndị na-etolite ọfụ onye ọbụla gba gịnị na-etuwe anya na kịta maka na ọ na-ana ka anyị na-etuwe anya onye ọbụla na-etuwe anya n'ala ka anyị tụọ ihe daa mmiri maka na ọwụ welugbo ọwụ n'ụtụtụ kedu ihe eji achọ ihe daa mmiri ewere ụkwa n'azụ ya ka anyị were aka wee chọrọ ya maybe he can onye ọbụla je mara onye bụ onye owu ya maka you come on this planet to represent somebody. That person you represented, who is he? What is his name? Onye bụ onye ga na-akpọ afa. You got to go. So onye ọbụla gbaa mbọ kịta ka were gbuo ogwu n'ụtụtụ maka na ndị anyị na-anya nwechakwalụ ha nwechakwara ihe dị ha okpesi ha na be ha nwechakwara ọfọ ha debesie ya be nene ha anya maka na ihe ahụ onye Igbo kwuru na ọ ya mecha gwa ndị dibịa ndị na-eme ihe arụrụ ala o nwere ndị dibịa ji alụdozicha mmụọ wetasie mmụọ hapụzie mmụọ daadị kedu mmụọ anya bịara itinye ka anyị bịara iwepụ onwekwu ihe anyị bịara itinye and onwekwu ihe anyị bịara iwepụ ka m gwakwa uru na ọ bụ ihe ndị gboo ndị tọrọ ntọala na be anyị ndị ahụ uru mara tọrọ ntọala na be anyị ihe nwe ha debela ndị ahụ tọrọ ntọala ha tọrọ ntọala nwee ihe a na-akpọ omume n'ala nwee ihe a na-akpọ ọdịnala ịghọtago ọdịnala omenala ịghọtago ọ bụ kịta adị nwa ka onye ọbụla ga-agba mbọ pụta ife ka anyị mechasị anya kịta ka ọ kọrị mmiri mara ikwu nna gị maka na onye ọbụla nọ be anyị onye ọbụla nwe nwa be anyị si na ụmụnna wee pụta onye ọbụla nwe be anyị si na kindred wee pụta otu anyị si na kindred wee pụta o nwere ihe unu ji wee bụrụ kindred ahụ o nwere ji wee bụrụ ụmụnna ahụ onye ọbụla bụ nwa be anyị nwere ihe ha ji bụrụ ụmụnna ha nwere obunukwu nna ha ha nwere obunukwu nna ha nwere ndị ya na ha nwe mkpuke niile ya na ha dị wee bụrụ gotago na ọya ihe ya kịta na-agba mbọ ya kịta ihe ọha Amadike Nnamdi Okwu Kanu onye bụ ihe obiọma ji emere m na Chukwu wepụtara kịta o wee na-alụ ọrụ a ịghọtago ọbịa ka obiọma ji na-eme m maka na ọha Amadike bụ ọgụ ka ọ bịara Igbo ọgụ ihe ọha Amadike ọ bụ okwenye bụ ọgụ maka na ị na-akịta ụmụnna ya kịta na-amụchazi kịta anụnwa ihe ọjị gbaa ịbụọ kedu ihe ọ bụ ịghọtago egbuwe ọjọọ gbaa mkpọrọ na ọdụ mkpọrọ na kedu ihe ọ bụ ihe ụmụazị be anyị na-amụ kịta ọjị gbaa mkpọrọ ịtọ kedu ihe ọ bụ amụghị ịghọtago ọ bụ ihe kwesịrị onye ọbụla ji kwesịrị iji na-aga akwụkwọ ndị anụnwa gụrụ jee na-eme ha ji gịcha gịghịricha fụta ndị anyị hụ na-eje na-agụghịrị isi gị na-afụta ebulu akwụkwọ asambodo na-akpagharị onwe ya ndị ahụ ihe nke ndị ọzọ ka ha ji eje mụ mana ọkwa ihe onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọfọ na-eme ihe ana na-eme ihe ọfọ na-eme ihe ogwugwu na-eme ihe udo na-eme ihe eke na-eme ihe oye na-eme ihe afọ na-eme ihe nkwọ na-eme ihe aja ana na-ede osisi ihe ndị a onweghị onye gara akwụkwọ ka ya na-ekpe ugbu a ọ bụghị onwe ya na-agwa uru onweghị onye gara akwụkwọ ka ya so ha fụrụ ndị agha na-agaghị ehicha ihe ahụ ọkwa ọfụta ọrụ ụkwụ na-ere ọba n'ibu opiofute onye iji kwazi akwa okoko yiri gụmụ ichekwakwa akwa akụkọ ahụ ijikwarị ya fụta onweghị ihe dị iche onweghị onye ọwụ ịghọtago onye ka m ji were agwa uru pita onye ọwụna jekwube IPOB onye ọwụna ịmala ebe onye ọwụna nọ jeben jekwube na ha Ogbefe Onyeibe ana m achọpụrụ gị
Thank you very much.
Onye ekwu ka a na-eme ịghọtago onye ekwu ka a na-eme anyị apụtago ife gaba n'iru waba ọgbọ egwu adịghị atụ afọ buru ụzọ onye si na ọ bụrụ onwe ihe ọ ga-eme onye si na ọ bụrụ ya ọ bụrụ onwe ihe ọ ga-eme asụ eze anya kwere
wekpu mekata isi gwa okwu ihe kemeni tano mekili. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okwu ihe onye asụ eze anya sosie ya ike nwere ekwe nkata n'iru ya okwu ụmụnne anyị ndị na-agbagharị pịogeri na onye ọbụla were nwayọ ọ bụghị ọsọ anyị nwere ihe bịara ụwa ndị ọbụla nọ be ha na-edozi be ha
Have you seen Hausa women outside? Even Yoruba women as let me not use your words. Thank you very much.
Come on, ya no dozi go si we do dem ku na-esokwa na-emebikwala anyị hu na-emeziri anyị ife chikwa na onwu iwotago chikwa na onwu onwe onye ọbụla bichara ezi na ya bataba anyị awa otu na ya bata onwuru n'ezi onwuru n'enye ebe ahụ mana onye ọbụla na-erube anyị gba mbọ mechasịa ihe ka ọ kọrọ mmiri onye ọbụla nọkwa n'ime be anyị gba mbọ mechasịa ihe niile ka ọ kọrọ mmiri kịta nke kịta ka na
thank you Mazi. Round up please.
Onye ọbụla mebe ezumezu kịta ekenekwa gị Mazi Onyeibe asụkọ mma were gị ọmụmụ ka njọ bụrụ gị ọkwa ka njọ na-akwa n'eziri ụlọ na-asị na-egwu onu ofu na ogbe nwere mkpochi onye isi aghọbara je eji nke wee chụ ọchọkọ ya manya na ọdachi ama nkwu ya
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call on the line your name and where you calling from. Turn down the volume of your radio set. Move away from your radio set. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
I like your picture. My name is Uju.
So much noise coming from your phone.
My name is Uju Muabai. And all the family. Kamacharo Aweri Akokwa. Theater North from Lukuve. Biafra land. I call it from here, Abba. Mazi Onyeibe. Because I'm not to teach you because when I hear is now on our body man, him now on my it now they happen on my village. Even a Mahamud, a short, I met my village are on a totally. The object is a man when I make a lady to sing that stage. The law to ga-echidi na nwa ọmụ elee otu mma na nwa ya nwoke si ga-edina kedu ihe mere na nwanne nwoke ga-eji kpọrọ nwanne ya nwaanyị dina iwega ji ime ozi aha na nkerizi ka eze kwuo eze na-atụ amaghị m amụ ụjọ ka ọ na-atụ ka ọ gị na onweghị ike ikwu okwu ije na nke chifu agaghị ekwu okwu infat asị nke ekwu ntụ ka m ahaghị ya bikọs ihe na-eme na pesa adịbe nna arụ na-eme ihe niile kwuziri na ọ na-eme na ebe je na vileji ahụ na ọhịa na-etochi everywhere bikọs dị emerụ ọ na-adata vileji totali ihe ọjọọ na-eme ndị uchichi ndị so na ha bụ dibia asị m na dibia bụ ihe ọjọọ dibia bụ ihe mara mma bikọs abịa n'asụsụ oyibo atọ dọkịta n'asụsụ be anyị n'Igbo langweji ọ bụ dibia onye so gara na nke dibia so dibia gwọrọ m ọgwụ isi ọ ga-agwọrọ na ya ọgwụ ka ọ taa ka ọ dịkwa dọkịta m isiere m ọgwụ mana ihe m na-ekwu ukwu ya bụ dibia na-aga aga na-ewere ihe Chukwu otu abịama mere o ji ga-eme ka ndị mmadụ dị mma ya were na-ebusi ụmụnne ya o sokwu na ihe mekwe na my village ofu onye tụtọrọ one village na-achị nkuchi na my village ha na-etile ihe arụ na-eme na my village mgbe na-ajụ maịtụ n'igwe Chukwu otu abịama kwuru okwu na Baịbụl ihe banyere ihe dị ụta na onye mere ihe dị ụta si were kwute tugbuo ya na ọ bụ nke a ka anyị ga-eyuzite nwere nke anyị onwe anyị bụ mmadụ anyị ga-eme biko ndị a na-ekwukwe ndị chọọchị ọwụ na m na-agụkwu okwu ndị ọchịchị ahụ m onye chọọchị nna m onye chọọchị ma famili m onye chọọchị betu gwa anya ịkụta ha okwu ndị ọgọmmụ ha gaghị ndị ọgọmmụ na-eme ka ndị mkpeti na mgbe a ndị gwa anyị na-agọ mmụọ na-abụghị mmadụ ka ha na-agọ a na-eme ihe dị otu a ugbu a na-agozikwanụ mmadụ gịnị mere eji eme ihe dị otu a bikọs ha na-asụ na ee ndị ebe ogoro mmụọ ha nwahụchiri ndị na-agọ mmadụ ka ha na-agọzi mmadụ ọrụ yụọ arụ ndị anụnwa na-eme ihe ọ kwesịrị ekwesị n'ala anyị Mazi Onyeibe alakenyopichi biko tụ mara ihe a ga-eme ihe a biko ọ dị m obere a na-akpọ m anya mmiri ọ na-akpọ m ozugbo anya mmiri ọ na vileji ọzọ etochiara my vileji ụmụaka niile nọ na vileji agbapụchana biko ndị fọrọ afọ tụtụrụ ụmụnne ha na-etinye enyi enweghị onye na-ekwu okwu ndị sara isi awụ ndị gbara isi awụ anaghị ekwu okwu use our air and never speaking both for women and the men here nobody arụ na-eme Mazi Onyeibe
thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand this truth. Iwe gbu imi anya ahụ akwa. Iwe gbu imi anya ahụ akwa. We are saying what we are saying. You can choose to analyze it anyhow you like. You can hide from it. But you know what? All of us will suffer it, including Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba. Everybody will suffer it. Is it not one Nigeria? Don't worry. There are deliberate attempts to bastardize our blood lineage. People don't understand. Are you still there? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I am here, my brother. Good evening. My name is Kelechi. Yeah, my name is Kelechi. I'm calling from Lagos. Yeah, Mazi, thank you for your good work. My name is Kelechi. I'm calling from Lagos. I don't know if I'm coming out clear, Mazi, but
go ahead. The word is listening.
Thank you for your good work and thank you for your program. And this evening, I thank God I gave you. I love your program, Mazi. Before I say what I have in my mind, I want to thank you because what you have just done now is what Bible said in the book of Ezekiel. It says, "Tell the wicked that you are a wicked man. If he refuses to change from his wickedness, when he dies, blood will be upon his head. But when you that know that what he's doing is wickedness, and you refuse to tell him, when the person dies, his blood will be required from your hand. And then you have done your part this evening." I am a pastor. By the grace of God, I run a ministry here in Lagos. Mazi, the truth is this. Some of us who are pastors, I would say that we are not telling our people the truth. Because the Bible says you shall know the truth and the truth will make you free. In the book of Proverbs chapter 6, if you read from verse 16, this thing that you are just saying now, God said it and said, these are the 6 things that I hate. 7 of them are abomination. Proverbs chapter 6, if you read from verse 16 to 20, you will hear what the Bible said about all this abomination. Now, our ignorance is not an excuse. Mazi, I'm from Ebonyi State, a place in Ebonyi State. I'm from Omega in Ebonyi State. In this village, if you marry and then your wife begin to sleep around, the children will begin to die. I remember when I was in a pastor training, I had one pastor friend whom the wife was sleeping around. And then he got to our attention and we begin to tell him this thing is abomination. He throws caution to her and said, I have confessed and all that they have seek the face of God and blah, 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 blah. Because he began to eat the food that was prepared by that woman. No, you see, there are all these things that we are saying. It's not making up story. There is consequences for abomination. Though God will forgive you, yes. I'm not doubting about the forgiveness. You will be forgiven. But there are consequences that is very severe. And that is what many of us are suffering today, even without knowing. Mazi, as a young pastor, I have come across so many people. If I begin to say it, you will not end this program. Mazi, I have come across, there are so many ladies that will not marry. The reason why they will not marry is not because God does not want them to marry, but they have been sleeping with people's husband. They have been sleeping. It's not that they don't know, they know very well and doing it, and it's abomination on their head. The Bible said, if I begin to mention, the Bible says, he that sleep with his uncle's wife or his uncle or his will not give birth to children. It's there in the book of Deuteronomy. But sometimes we the pastors, we are not telling the people the truth. You tell them that the grace does not permit anybody to commit abomination. There are some things that are abomination. God said, when you caught people with this kind of acts, take them outside the city and stone them to death. These are the principles that God laid down. But some people, some of us, I'm talking to myself now, and some other my fellow pastors, who I don't know what we try to get by not telling the people what they're supposed to know. Some will come and tell you, Jesus said in his statement that he have not come to abolish the law, but he came to solidify it. So don't be deceived by what people, in fact, some pastors are going to get some of those things are doing them thing. So if you are hearing me, I settled one matter when I was in the East as a young pastor. A man was sleeping with her own daughter, and I was preaching. Then I was an evangelist. I was preaching. I came across when this young lady, after preaching, the lady began to cry and began to tell me something. I asked her, did you speak to your mother about this thing? She said no. I asked her, do you have elder sister? She said yes. I said, do you speak to elder sister? He said, since ever her elder sister got married, she stopped coming to the house. I said, why? He said she don't know. And after some weeks,
the man did the same thing to that sister.
Exactly.
But the truth now is that those children are not that man's. The woman should tell them who their father is.
Okay.
Because
now,
your body cannot move for your own blood. It won't happen.
The girl had to make me to see her senior sister somewhere at Enugu. And when the young lady narrated the same story to the elder sister cried without control. I began to ask her, why are you crying? She said, my father did the same to me. And that is why since ever I got married, I refused to go I refused to go back to the house. So, and it's a long story. I don't want to go into those processes. But these are abominations that are happening here in Lagos. Somewhere 2 years ago around Surulere, a woman married her own son, claiming that she was the one suffered to train the boy in the university, and nobody helped her. She married her own son. Now, as I'm talking to you, he had a child with that boy. So these are abominations that are happening. All these are not our culture. Some of us came to a Yoruba land here and begin to practice some evil that is not part of us. And the more we do this thing, the more God allowed Fulanis to come to our land and they invade it. If you read the scripture, you will understand that before the invaders came to the land of Israel, they defied God sent them. It is it's when they do those things, that is when God allow invaders to come to the land of Israel to invade them. There are many things to say, my brother, but if I continue, I will take over your program this night. But what I want to thank you for having let our people know you have done your own part. The wickedness is wickedness. If you are into it, if you are hearing our voice this evening and you are into this crime, please desist from it. So that what we are looking for, when Biafra come, you will be alive in the land of Biafra. Master, God bless you.
Thank you very much. The truth cannot be overemphasized. Understand the purpose of revealing these things is that they open the portal that enables the enemy to strike us down and keep us down in the dust, which is not very good for us as a people. And so if you are part of this, you stop it. Are you there, caller on the line?
Yes. Hello, my African rep. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, this is your brother Bella Chukwu Kwikabiama from Iguacha, but I'm from Anambra State. Okay. I want to thank you for your life, and I want to thank God for everything you have taught us this night. Honestly speaking, ever since I continue to listen to your teachings, go back to your root. It has been a great thing in my life. It has been a joy. And this evening, you are teaching us about the things that used to be from the beginning. Honestly speaking, when we look around those teachings, we will see the reality, the truth, and evidences of what is the cause of what people are encountering these days in our families. Because we do not recognize the lineage, the roots where we come from. A lot of damages have come to settle. Well, we are not going to continue to remain like this, because that is why you're always on the radio. You want everything to change. What are we trying to say in effect? A man lying down with a daughter lying down with a father is a sacrilege. Not until we're told, because it has never been our culture that a man will begin to look at or begin to assess the shape of his daughters, or a daughter to begin to assess the father, the way he speaks, the way he behaves. It's only when we have begun to see ourselves as a Westerners, we see ourselves as the Igbos. We want to copy the Englishman. We want to copy the English woman. And then we forgot our culture. And that is why you are teaching. Go back to your roots. Stand the test of time. Go back to your roots. Stand the only solution to the reasons, to the cause of all these damages that we are seeing ourselves swimming in the ocean of evil. And that is why the good things that do happen to our people as a Biafrans, our people, as who we are from the beginning, before the British bring religion to us, the good things are no more happening. Our people are just dying in silence because we overlook the rules and regulations, the laws of the land, our culture. How do I mean? In the past, those things that do not happen in our families are happening because we are trying to follow the lineages, the culture of the white man. And then we begin to fight the street that have been guiding our family, guiding our lineage, guiding our parents in the name of Oyibo, in the name of English life, in the name of Western life. And I want to see that God helping us, the moment Biafra is being restored, that all things will begin to be the fundamental step which we must be working on to salvage our life and our destiny. That is why I will continue to say that Almighty will continue to bless you and our leader Mazi George, because there is no two ways about this truth. This is the truth that you're teaching us, and this is the only truth that can make us to be free from this particular bondage of the enemy. There is no any other enemy. But the enemy we have is that we overlook and we abandon our culture. We abandon the rules and regulations of our forefathers. And that is why our people, we are suffering what we are suffering today. No marriage, no husband, no wife, no children, etc., and etc. No business moving because we want to copy the Westerners. And that is why our people, most of our people are what we are today. But thank God for our leader, Nando. Thank God for you, African rep. In fact, God will increase you. God will add more grace to your elbow. God will give you more wisdom and understanding. He will open your eyes to see more, to understand, and have every day by day what you teach our people. God bless you. We appreciate. We will continue to do like this because we extend this message to other people around us so that they will know the truth and continue to go back to our roots, whether we like it or not. That is the right thing to do. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Much.
Amen. Amen.
Our people must understand. Let us look at some of the angle I'm coming from. In those days, they will tell you, this river, this is how this river came to our community. This is how they attack us. This is how the enemy came. This is what happened. When our leader was having his interactive program, somebody from a gala called and they discussed at length. And of course, the only monarch in Biafra land that have not defied itself from our culture and tradition remained the stool of Ata of Igala. The Grand of Igala opened up and swallowed Queen Amina and her entourage, the woman who led Fulani jihadists to come and Islamize Biafra land before now. The Grand opened up and swallowed them. This miracle don't happen again. Rivers will swallow them. Forests will confuse them. Don't you know there are leaves that touch your body in the forest? You will never come back. They remove your brain. There are leaves that will touch you in the forest. You will just be walking until somebody meets you and touch you. You will never get your sense back again. All these things has been defied. But you never know. To you, where it doesn't exist, but you cannot be spiritual conscious. You never know you are one. Are you there, caller on the line? Caller on the line.
Yeah, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening, sir. My name is Michael Israel. I am calling from Odoba, under Iguata province. Mazi, I just want to thank you for your good work. I want to thank you for your good work. Going back to your roots. No, Mazi is very, very fantastic. That particular program. Mazi, I just got to thank you for the good work you have been doing. Teaching us to go back to our roots because that is where our Savior is. And thank you for our great leader, Mazi Nandekano, and our deputy leader, Mazi Temefo. And I thank all the Biafrans that is working assiduously to restore our great nation, Biafra, back. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect you all, guide you, cover you, shield you in anything you are doing in all the globe. May Chukwu Okike Abiama protect you all in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Mazi, thank you. I just got to thank you. I'm learning seriously from your program. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Of course, that is your epileptic network. People must understand. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Good
evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Mazi for today's topic. And we are still about a long topic, but we're still going back to our roots. So there are many things that have been happening today in our lives, in this our land, because we have deviated. When we are talking of, some people say,
I don't like, mommy. I don't like us deviating.
What do they know about?
Understand. I don't like us digressing from the truth. A lot of people think it's about religion. Understand. You don't go to pastors now. Don't go there. If it's a Yoruba pastor, you are permitted to say it here because they are the one who brought all these things. They are the one teaching our people apprentice. So if you want to talk to church, put Yoruba pastor. It makes sense to me. If you don't put that, I don't like it. So put Yoruba pastor. It's not Igbo pastor. It's not Ijo pastor. It's not Akwa Ibom pastor. It's Yoruba pastor. They are the only one that can buy private jet with our money. They don't go to another people's church. They are the only one dragging us for church. But having said that, let's create the attention. Let's create the scenario that will make our people to begin to look inward. If we cannot help them to look inward, to direct them back to their root, they won't see the beauty.
Exactly.
And I expect when somebody like you call, tell me how it benefited your village, or tell me what your village suffered from such acts. Tell me how they brought solution. These are the areas I want us to focus on.
My brother, even up to today, there is no solution. Because
hold on. As a mother, give us moral lesson. What is your moral lesson for us? What is your advice for us? It's going to help us.
My advice to our people is that we should look down. Even Bible tells us that we should go to the ancient, go to the elders and ask them the ancient road. That it is that road that leads to life. That is my own moral advice to our people. That we should let us not start looking up. They have damaged, they have washed our brain. But let us forget about it. And like my village, nobody comes, no like evil man comes to that place and go out free. We must be apprehended. But today, because of the washing of head, we will go there. Some people from Lagos, you will from that place, they carry, we are going to family invasion. We are going to community invasion. Whenever they come, what they do, they will report at you. Portugal is there. They will be quoting all those deities that have been surrendered, those that Chukwu can deposit there for our own benefit. Then how do we do? I am telling them today that they should come back home. And really reason with somebody like you. If somebody like you will not tell us the truth, then he will go, carry his wife, know very, very well that this is Jibril. He went to Asorok and collected money, closed his mouth. And they will be killing, when I was there in Abuja, there is this woman that woke up in the morning who was preaching near mosque. He didn't preach total to them, they cut off his head. Yeah, in Kubwa.
Thank you very much. But what you are saying now, you have moved out of our topic completely. I understand how you feel.
So I am telling my people, let us come back home and reason together so that we come up with something reasonable. That we come up with something that people can look into it, because he said that Kamshako, when he will call his people, wherever he has scattered them, then as we are coming back home, we are coming to rebuild as Nehemiah as of old. They came back and rebuilt the old temple. So as we are coming back now, let us look down and rebuild the destroyed temple that was destroyed for years, so that the Chukwu will have mercy on us. The land also will have mercy on us. Michael, let the God of our ancestors, Chukwu, bless you for all the things that have been dishing us to us. And whenever we are coming back to our roots, we will also be equally blessed. I say, Chukwu, bless our director who has opened my eyes, take me to the, even if not for him, I don't know where I could have been today. And many of us, I say, let Chukwu bless a blessing for us. Bless our deputy Uchemefo. Bless every other person, somebody like you that have been bringing out your time to go deep to teach us what you don't know. I say, may your days be long in the land of your ancestors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Biafrans all over the world, America, stand up! IPOB, US, America, 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 IPOB, New York, America, America, America. Oh yes, IPOB USA, IPOB USA, and the state of New York. Just like we all know, this
information is directed to the IPOB in the United States of America. Going with all our leaders, Mazi Kano has recently said we must do the needful.
If you have not joined IPOB...
The animal that is,
or you intend to support
the animal that is calling my WhatsApp, I have written to you to stop calling my private WhatsApp. If you continue to call it, I will block you. Don't be an idiot. Are you Yoruba blood worrying you? I don't like when people behave like animal. Even though you are my father or my mother, I have warned you to stop calling my private line. You are disturbing my program. Or you won't make I swear for you?
the struggle for the restoration of Biafra. Now is the time.
To join IPOB family in the New York, please call our state coordinator, Mazi David Ezekwesili, on 832-245-5640, or the New York State Deputy,
Mazi.
Come, if you don't call to this line, I will swear for you. Can't you read? Can't you read?
Izu Opoli on 646-645-8237.
Other zone coordinators include Bronx Zone 1 and Mazi Dr. Ekweme on +164-664-43957. Zed Obina
+192-9509-8008.
Staten Island, Mazi John on 347-203-0871.
Pastor Thomas 6462-269487.
Brooklyn Zone,
Saint
Abalakwe AM on +16-46-236-5246.
Queens/Long Island,
Mazi Elochukwu
164-695-66219.
Bronx Zone 2, Wada Beatrice on 347-5177-934.
Or Reverend Jeff.
You live anywhere in the U.S. and you want to join or contribute, call our National Coordinator, Dr. Okoro, or our National Deputy Coordinator, Wada Lady Prestige. Or you are a woman in the USA, you can join our Women Wing. Call Wada Mommy Okafor on 121-571-57709. Also, if you want to contribute, USA will not fail our leader Nnamdi Kanu or disappoint our motherland Biafra. All hail Biafra, Biafra, we hail you. Signed, David Ezekwesili, New York State Coordinator.
IPOB, US America, America, America. IPOB, New York, America, America, America.
Yes, of course, at this moment we will draw the curtain for this very segment. Believe me, I am not going anywhere. I will be signing off temporarily and I will be back in less than no time. My appreciation to those of you who were able to call in to make your own positive contribution and apology to those that I cannot take their call at this moment. I will be signing off and will be coming back right after that. And for those of you who have access to my private WhatsApp, that does not mean when you know I'm on air, you start calling me to come on air through that line. You need my permission to do that. The last person trying to come in my phone, you have been calling my private line over and over, more than 70 times. If I talk to you, you will not like me, and it doesn't concern me. To the extent I wrote to you, I ask you, stop calling this line. What is your problem? You signal me you want to come on air, and if it's conducive for me, I bring you on air. Except you are Yoruba, Wosa, Fulani, of course the enemy of Biafra, I will treat you as one. Let us be reasonable. Udo Dirindi Choudu. Good night from here, like I said. I'll be back in no time.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to
This is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved. we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the humanist call, to give and not to count their cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
Nigeria is falling, we are going to sink it out.
With the truth, with the truth.
We're coming out right now from the land of crisis.
With the truth, with the truth.
It's too late to apologize. You are the story. You see what is too late to apologize. It's too late. You get it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Rocha say it's too late to apologize. It's too late.
Melinkwatalizo, worldwide people, they don't they kill us since. Nobody talk about them after the whole killing. Them go sweep them under the carpets. These people are shameless, they don't get conscience. Maybe in our blood, now in they take the bath. Without our resources, nothing like one Nigeria. These people are shameless, they don't get conscience. They don't set confusion among our brothers. They won't kill our leader because he speak the truth. These people are shameless, they don't get conscience. No hiding place for them. See their doom for their doorstep. We are blessed folks. Kabiama blessed, no man feel cause. Worldwide thing.
Nigeria is falling, we are going to sink it out.
With the truth, with the truth.
We're coming out right now from the land of crisis.
With the truth, with the truth.
It's too late to apologize. You are the story. You see what is too late to apologize. It's too late. Obasanjo is too late to apologize. It's too late. Amechi is too late to apologize. Bazu is too late.
This is special dedication to my friends and my brothers and my sisters and my uncle and my cousins who are here in Biafra land, outside Biafra land, in the world at large. We are Biafrans. If we are one Nigeria, why are they killing us? If we are one Nigeria, why are they raping us? If we are one Nigeria, why are they depriving us? We want to go, we mean we want to go truly. We want to go sincerely. We want to go right now. We want to go. Myself, I want to go. Nnamdi Kanu want to go. Uche Mofo want to go. George Onyeibe want to go. We want to go. Biafrans, they want to go. We are 7 steps ahead. Ahead is who? We are whiter than white. We are whiter than snow.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi George Onyeibe. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi George Onyeibe is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. There are so many mindsets behind those words, but I do not expect you to understand it. But one day you shall. He is, of course, standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Okukano. He is the king of Afari Beku. He is the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television. He is the leader of IPOB. And of course, Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. Over 60 years now, nobody has been able to stand up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people until he came. By the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I am George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, as always, we must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator. Chukwu Kikabiama is the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. He is the lifting up of our head, our hope and stay. For we do not look up to the hills nor to the mountain for help, because our help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. Imegi Chineke o Kanyi nwa tụkwasị olilanya imegi Chineke o Kanyi nwa tụkwasị olilanya nyo onye nwe anyị agbabago m ụlọ gị ekwela ka ihere mem ekwela ka ndị ụwa jụ m kelebe ka chi gị n'ugbu a imegi Chineke o Kanyi nwa tụkwasị olilanya anyị chimo imegi Chineke o ka mụ nwa tụkwasị olilanya onye nwe m agbabago m ụlọ gị ekwela ka ihere mem ekwela ka ndị ụwa jụ m kelebe ka chi gị n'ugbu a ụwa nọ n'ime ya o agaghị m arapụ gị agaghị m arapụ Chukwu n'ihi na ọ bụ onye nwe m ihe so ụwa ya mee Chineke bụ onye nwe anyị anyị na-aja gị mma o maka n'eziokwu na-ebu sọ mma ịhụnanya gị n'ịma gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o ise. As always, we must continue. Biafrans across the globe, it is time to begin to ask yourself simple questions. And of course, as you do that, desire to get the right, the genuine, sincere answer to those questions. Because a lot of things has gone wrong. A lot of things has gone wrong. Things are not the way they used to be. We would have come up here and tell you the economic of Nigeria is dandling or it is upgrading. No. That is not why we are here. There is a mission. And the mission is simple. Divide Nigeria. Nigeria is a contraption created forcefully by bringing three different nations together. This was the work of the terrorists who go in beautiful names. In 1914, they said some little children. Of course, I'm talking to Biafran children. If you are a Biafran, this information is for you. In 1914, the British imperialists came to West Africa. They took little children like you. One of them was 6 years, Nnamdi Azikiwe. The other one was, Nnamdi Azikiwe was 9 years. Then the other one was 6 years, Obafemi Awolowo. Then Ahmadu Bello was 3 years. 963, the Queen of England from Buckingham Palace signed an agreement with them that we are going to be Nigeria. How do our leader pronounce it? Niger area. This is what brought us here. Now, our fathers say they don't want to be Nigerian. They have registered their displeasure regarding the creation of this evil enclave for as far as we can remember, to the extent that it led to a genocide committed against us in our land. In Africa, the first genocide in African soil on the land of the people happened in Biafra land. Yoruba, Hausa, and Fulani of one Nigeria made it possible. We say we want to go. We have suffered more than our father. Most of them are no longer here. We demand to go, because if we don't do what we are doing today, you people will suffer more than us. And believe me, considering the fact that our father were able to equip us, and most of us do not see the need to equip you, you won't stand a minute. But we be rest assured, you are the reason we are doing what we are doing. We will make sure all of you are ready. And that is if we fail to bring Biafra, which is not possible. They won't tell you this truth. They will make you see what you are not supposed to see. Oh, they are propagandizing. Oh, they are mechanizing. Oh, they are terrorizing. It doesn't concern us. All the enemy of Biafra will show themselves, one way or the other. But the Yoruba, Oduduwa nation, the Hausa Fulani, Arewa nation, unlike the Biafran people, want to remain in one Nigeria. Why? Why do they want to remain in one Nigeria? Yoruba have 10% from the loot in Biafra land. Hausa have 10%. Don't let anybody deceive you. That is 20%. Fulani have 40%. That is 70%. Rather 60%. Saboteurs have 10%. 70%. And then the chairman of the whole atrocity have 30%. And of course, don't forget that the one from the British government, from the Arewa nation, from there they give percentage to Oye Company, who actually are the chairman of the whole looting. SPDC, F, Saipen, NE, they're all feeding on the misery of our people. Chevron, ExxonMobil, Total, they are all feeding on the misery of the people. And I want to tell you, the next generation, they want it to remain that way. So we keep enlightening you. We keep informing you. We keep appealing to your conscience. So that tomorrow you will be able to tell the story of how we overcome. Because we shall overcome, believe me. They say, Biafrans, they'll never make it. Look at where we've gone to now. We're still together and going strong. We remain Biafrans. Whoa, the only IPOB. Yeah, we remain Biafrans. Now they know. They said, don't mind them, they cannot unite, they don't cooperate, they don't love themselves. But we are still here. Our language has not changed. Our mission statement has not changed. And our request or demand has not changed. It remains the same thing. And of course, this evening on this segment, our topic is simply titled, Embracing the True Root Cause Analysis of Any Problem. Provide solution in every situation. If you look at any problem, and you choose to embrace the true root cause of that problem, it provides solution to every situation. Nigeria is known for one thing. And one day as a child, I was listening to my father. He was watching the television. And of course, in the evening, listening to the fake news from Yoruba Guta media. And I heard my father said something. He said, the problem with Nigeria is that when they want to solve their problem, they don't go to the bottom of the problem. They always stay on top. Listen to any police IG that have ever granted a press interview or DSS or anybody trying to explain situation report regarding any crime as it concerns their department. The confidence they give you as a Nigerian is that don't worry, there was a case of kidnapping somewhere in Abulegba and the police are on top of the matter. Yes, there was an accident somewhere along Ikorodu Road. We can assure you the road safety is on top of the matter. Yes, in the law school in Lagos, they use about 120 billion naira to sweep the compound. But don't worry, we are on top of the matter. Yes, as we are speaking now, we want to give Igbo presidency. The issue is raising this thing. We are on top of the matter. Even if you ask them about IPOB now, they say don't worry about issue of IPOB. We are on top of the matter. And I tell you the truth. As far as Nigerians continue to remain on top of the matter, Nigerian can never progress. How can you leave the root cause of the problem and you are on top of the matter? Do you kill a tree by trimming the tree? You don't kill a tree by trimming it, but rather you plant a tree. When you plant a tree, you are preparing it for greater fruitfulness. And so each time Nigeria is telling you that they are on top of any problem, they are invariably telling you that they are making sure that problem will escalate. You can't solve IPOB. You must find now the root cause of why we are here. And so it is applicable in every situation, in every circumstance. Stop being on top of matter. Nigerian, come down to the bottom of the whole matter. And then you will see, all of us will be smiling. I'll collect visa, go to Yoruba land, go and eat amala and ewedu. They now play music for me. Sonny ade, Sonny Obamani bedi, Umiku rekete. We now celebrate our loving Yoruba in-laws. You come to the root cause of why IPOB is here, and then we take visa and go to Oduduwa land. Go and eat it, tuwa and shenama, tuwa and shimelu, tuwa and shekapa, any and they have. We eat it with them. And then we be good friend. But you know what? They will never come to the bottom of any matter. They always stay on top. But they don't know that that thing that capsized the ship is not on top of the water. They are always beneath the water. And that is why we are beneath the water. And this ship called Nigeria is sunk already. And we will make sure that no part of it will remain without being submerged. This is one truth they must embrace. In every situation or circumstance, try to find out the original cause of that problem. Go to the bottom of it. Nigeria is an embodiment of numerous problems, ranging from stealing to robbery to kidnapping, Fulanization, undevelopment. It's an embodiment of problem. And to solve this problem, they are managing it. They are always on top. Go and ask Brutal now. From where he ran to. Go and ask him. But what are you doing about Boko Haram? He will say, we are on top of the situation. We defeated them technically. We are going to work hard to declare them electronically. And then when we finish electronically, we defeat them satellitically. And when we deceive them satellitically, we deceive them TV-matically and radiomatically. This is what they tell you. And you think they are making impact. They are on top of the water. On top of the matter. They are not ready to come to the bottom. Biafrans must not behave like them. We cannot afford to be on top of every matter. We must learn to go to the root of that problem. And not until you develop the ability to go to the root of every problem in order to embrace true solution. Believe me, it is from one struggle to another. And every Biafran should be able to come with this mindset. Or else you behave like people coming to ask stupid questions. Coming out and asking nonsense questions. Yes, what is the job of LULU-NKK? You people, I don't know. Some people, as you're speaking now, their problem is how can you answer supreme leader? But the leader of Deeper Life, Yoruba Church, he says Superintendent General. Our own Oga Supreme Leader self, we didn't put General. That because there is a limit to his supremacy. Kumuye is a general superintendent. Are they not the same? Kumuye own is even higher self. He put general superintendent of Deeper Life. He doesn't give you concern. And why did he put supreme? How much do they pay you for answering supreme? Do they pay anybody money for answering supreme? You are leaving the root cause of the problem that is plaguing your people. You are dragging over nonsense. Who have time for those things anyway? But every Biafran must get to a level where you develop the ability to reason faster than all these people who have kept us here. Of course, we have always been in that position. But this time, we must follow BBC. We must follow the imperialist tools of pendulum of chaos which have been installed in our land. We must follow them bomber to bomber until they cannot make any move without being exposed before the global community. We just cannot keep quiet. And this evening, it is my pleasure to make us understand how we can be able to go to the bottom of every matter in order to have a very lasting solution to this problem, this menace. For instance, when you ask a Nigerian, why is it that there is no electricity in Nigeria? Bring out a true Nigeria. You see them from Oduduwa or Arewa, Yoruba say, why is it that up till now Nigerians don't have light? Some people will call and say, oh, there is so much noise from the background. Oh boy, now generator. The generator, if you see the sound there, if you listen where you go to hear them. But now ask Nigeria, why is it that after how many years, 100 years of British involvement in the contraction called Nigeria, over 100 years, we do not have light? Somebody called yesterday and said, do you have light in Benin Republic? And the person said, yes, they have light. But most of you don't know, at least I have been to Benin Republic. And when I got there, the first thing I did was to run to the charging point to charge my phone before they took light. Because we grow with this consciousness that never expect light always. That is in fact the name of Nigeria Electricity Generating Company. Never expect light always. Abbreviated as NEPA. Never expect power always. And so I rushed to the charging point to charge my phone. Having charged my phone like 20-30 minutes, I asked the person, I say, when did they take this light last? He said, I can't remember. I can't remember. I said, is it up to 1 year? He said, more than. Benin Republic. Idiot, I tell you, hey, you gotta be one Nigeria. But don't worry, we are coming. Just Benin Republic. And I think I stayed there about 3 days. And that 3 days, their light did not blink. But now, arrange Yoruba Nigerians and Hausa Fulani Nigerians and Sabotua Nigerians who are making money on our expense. Ask them, why is it that Nigerian does not have electricity? These are the tone you are going to hear. Good luck, Ebere Jonathan embezzled the money. Peter Odele was asked to build gas turbine. Having recovered all the money, the EFCC and Buhari are working very hard. DSS will help them to recover the money. It is because they stole the money. That is why we don't have light. It is Peter Odele and what is his name again? Good luck, Ebere Jonathan. They are responsible, but we are looking at it. We are on top of the matter. But that is not true. If they want to be sincere to find out why is it we don't have light, you will begin to discover the truth by going to the bottom to understand that Atiku is the one of the owner, if not the owner of Mechano Generator. Atiku is in the business of importing generator. Won't he make his money? Now you see where the problem is coming from. If you go to the bottom of the reason why we don't have electricity, it's because they want to impoverish you. When there is electricity, I can tell you that the level of poverty will be alleviated. But you will not understand. You have gotten so used to suffering. You think it's a part of life. You think it's a way of life. Ojikeri. They are calling you Ojikeri. Ojikeri. It's not your guy name. But this is an insult, I must tell you. I want you as a human being, reasonable human being, travel around Biafra land. Go to the communities. Go to the interior. You will see poverty. You will see poverty. You will understand why it looks like we are so weak. They create this poverty. If we have light, I know how much I will be saving on daily basis. The capacity of the consumption of the generator I use here, it should be around 1,000, minimum of 1,600 naira every day. Minimum. Imagine if I were investing it in a direct business. How much is my profit? They want you to remain poor. That is one of the main reasons why there will never be electricity. They know what they are doing. But they don't go to the bottom of the problem. Because they created it in the first place. And in the second place, it is to keep you down where they want you. Nigerians just managed to survive the fake coronavirus propaganda. The next thing they used to welcome you having opened the border is to increase petrol. That is how much they love you. Go and ask them now, why did you increase petrol? You begin to hear grammar. Because the abilities of the navigating of the ship, who is coming from Libya to give us fuel, it was intercepted by a storm unimaginable. And then we have decided to augment. You begin to hear English that don't make sense. But if you go to the bottom of the whole matter, they know what they are doing. All those tailors that managed to sew nose masks, which prevented China and Japan from ripping up our ass with nose masks. They want to collect the money from you. Other countries are feeding their people in this COVID-19 pandemic issue. But Nigeria is increasing fuel. The fuel that we have, the fuel that America is coming to steal, the fuel that London, China, Japan, the whole world don't want us to go because of this fuel. We are buying it with almost our life. Ask yourself a simple question. What we are saying here, they claim to be intellectual. I don't know. That man that come to call what is LNT doing? Where is the roadmap? Once you hear anybody using that statement, give us roadmap, you know say na them. Forget about how they pretend. What is the roadmap? Now them, run for your life, Boko Haram. What is this? But all of you are here, they are bamboozling all of us with your level of intelligence. Now we are Mazi and the Kanu de una they show intelligentsia. But look at what Fulani or Chinama, look at what they are doing to us. Onu kunjoke kuma when the time come. Of course, I'm talking to the next generation of Biafra. You go to the bottom of this problem, all the issues surrounding us as a people. That is the only time we can solve this problem. Ask them, for instance, again, why is it that government cannot provide you with drinking water? As a child in those ancient days, we used to have what is known as water board. They build a tank, a reservoir, or as the case may be. In my place, we call it reservoir. I think in River State, they call it tank. And from there, they connect water to every community. As the population begins to grow, the tank becomes smaller, the reservoir becomes smaller. Eventually, they start distributing, sharing the water between communities. There is no initiative of trying to build capacity. And I know the colonial masters built those ones for us. And gradually, there is no more reservoir. Every compound in Nigeria have borehole. They are not checking the archaeological danger this could expose our land to. Anybody have money, you bap a borehole. Tomorrow we will suffer for it, believe me. But does Nigeria even think about those areas? They can't provide you with drinking water. The little one you have, they are destroying it with oil spill. But I tell you the truth. They want you to die. They want you to die. Everywhere, typhoid. Most of typhoid is coming from bad drinking water. Go and find out why you have guinea worm in Ebonyi State. Some areas. Bad water. Most of the skin disease, bad water. Do you know most of these people, like your Onyeibe, they used to travel abroad to go and have their shower, to go and have their bath. Some of them bath with sewage water. But ask them now, why is it that the government cannot provide the people with ordinary drinking water? I think it's still one commodity that you can get free anywhere in the world. We pay dearly for it here in Nigeria. They won't tell you the truth. You will hear the grammar of your lifetime. You don't know Nigerians speak grammar English more than the British who gave us the English? Why is it that there is extreme high level of poverty in Nigeria? Go and ask them. They will give you the history of your generation. Yes, the reason why there is poverty in Nigeria is because the politicians are looting. But who is the politician? Today, with pride, they are distributing Abacha loot. The one Abacha loot, they are re-looting it. But go to the bottom of the whole matter. They don't want you to be rich. They want you to remain poor. And as a poor man, you cannot fight back. That is what they thought. But let me tell you, as a poor man, this is the real time you can fight back. Because he that is down has nothing to fear. Hungry will kill you. This is the time to get angry with your situation. To them, you don't have money. You cannot bail yourself. So anytime you challenge them, they incarcerate you. Do you know how many IPOB that are left in different secret dungeons? We can't even afford for lawyer for ourselves sometimes. They are able to compromise most of our people so easily because of hunger. And now that they have succeeded in impoverishing you, they want you to remain that way. And let me tell you, they say you can't fight back because you are poor. And over time, as a result of harassment and intimidation, you agree. But I tell you the truth this evening. This is the highest time you have to fight back. There is no better time to fight back than this very time that we are. Because he that is down fears no fall. Believe me, you have nothing. You will not be able to have a solution. When you ask them, why is it that they don't want to open the seaport in Biafra land? You will hear grammar. Because Nigeria is working hard to make sure that we prevent pirates, to make sure that we when they finish speaking grammar, In fact, we noticed that the river in Delta State, in Bayelsa State, in Akwa Ibom State, in Anambra State, down to Cross River State, we just discovered Bayelsa State that the river there cannot carry big ship. But it's the same Atlantic Ocean, running down all the way from Benin Republic, down to Biafra land to South Africa. Every other country, they have seaport. In Nigeria, they leave the seaport for Yoruba people. They will lie. They will come out and tell you, yes, the money we want to use to do seaport, one Igbo man ate it. That is when you will know that your Niger Delta Igbo man is the one giving the money, because they want to bamboozle everybody, want to scatter everybody's head, want everybody to believe in lie, confuse you completely. But if you want to know the real true cause why we don't have seaport in Biafra, you begin to discover that there is an agreement between the Nigerians, Yoruba and Hausa Fulani, that they must completely emasculate us economically, politically, and all the wise. And to continue sustaining their own region, they gave Yoruba economic independence. They control the seaport. They control the international airport. They have economic, what do you call it? Independent from Nigeria. That is why that time they launched Omotekun. Hausa Fulani threatened them. Then we will go and open seaport in Biafra land. Yoruba shocking Omotekun. And then somebody think Yoruba want you to have seaport. You are loving Yoruba. But we are not hating them. We simply say divide Nigeria. Hausa Fulani have seaport inside desert. They call it dry dock. And now you can now see that the truth is that they deliberately don't want to give us seaport. Because if they can build seaport inside desert and call it dry dock, can somebody tell me you are not seeing the truth why we cannot have seaport? They won't complain about this. They won't let you see it. They will blame all of you, your own people, for their heinous crime against your own same people. And then we are busy fighting ourselves. We say, answer Biafra. This will settle the matter. That is when you remember, oh, you are in Niger Delta, and you are in Niger Delta, and you are in Delta Niger, upline, river line, bottom line, sideline. In as much as those names are still used to enable us understand certain, to enable us project certain history. The biggest truth here is that we are Biafran. Nothing more, nothing less. When you listen to Nigerian analyze these questions I have asked, most of you will go home and fight your elders and beat them up. But I tell you, there is more beneath that the eye can see. Stop being on top of matter. Come to the bottom there and see where things happen. And you will see people who run things. How many times have we been in the position to escort people who are going to overseas? Do you know how humiliating it can be? From Port Harcourt, for instance, you now enter plane. They will now drop you in Yoruba land or Hausa land. Then Yoruba and Hausa will search you. As they are searching you, they will say, Ntoy. God don't pursue you, come out for your fatherland. Ntoy. I pray, say, may they kill you for where you they go. Ntoy. That is how Yoruba and Hausa, as you are in any international airport as a Biafran, that time Yoruba or Hausa is searching you. That is what they are telling you. I pray, may God no let you come back, make we collect your fatherland. Ntoy. Then you will open your teeth. You are very jovial. You are smiling. You be waving them. Oh, let's say, Siamumu. Ntoy. May God no let you return. Ntoy. If you are a man, they say, may God let one woman or Igbo woman hold you down there. Ntoy. They swear for you. They search you. And when you come back, they do the same thing to you. Go and ask Nigeria now, why is Enugu airport still down? How many years will it take to renovate that local airport? Go and find out. And as far as they are doing those things, is because they don't want solution. They don't want a lasting solution for that problem. Ask them, why is it that you don't want to allow Biafrans to go? You ask a Nigerian. The population of only Delta State is bigger than the population of the whole UK. Do you know Africa, or rather Nigeria, is one of the most populated countries in the world? A single country with that kind of population. Do you know Nigeria should be rating about number 2 or number 3 in the world? Or around number 4? What is the population of Italy? Are they up to 5 million? What's the population of Vatican City? Are they up to 500,000? You will see some local government here in Nigeria is bigger than some Europe country you are in today. So if it is population that decide a country, we have the population. If it is landmass that decide a nation, we have the landmass. But ask them, why is it difficult for you people to allow Biafrans to go? They won't tell you. They say because a different reason. When you let them to secede, every other people will be seceding. When you let them go, Hausa will be hungry. Fulani will be hungry. If you let them go now, they will be giving you cockaboo story. But they fear that when Biafra is restored, this oil company will not be able to steal oil again. They are afraid of letting you go because they feel they will be poor. Our leader has made it clear, and I know Biafrans are not wicked people. Yoruba, we will give you oil for free. You don't have to steal it any longer. Hausa Fulani, we will give you oil for free. You don't have to steal it any longer. But Akologwaya Sohi. Nsakologwaya Sohi. So they will never allow us to go. The Bible saying that a bread that is stolen and eaten in secret is sweeter than. So that one they are stealing, it makes them you show you that they are your Jagaban. That is what they want you to know. But it's not about what we are saying here. It's not about what they have said either. Biafrans is about you going to embrace the true cause of the problem, the mess we are in as a people. And you will see, you will become more fanatic than our leader. Let us stop being on top of the matter. Let us develop the mindset. Not that kind of mindset that normally manifests from Nigerians. They will never tell you the truth. Develop a mindset that must help you to find out the cause, the root cause of any evil behind any situation and circumstance. We will look at Nigeria and her activities. Believe me, they are predictable. Because they are predictable, it makes them ridiculous. Because they are ridiculous, it makes them pathetic. They know the truth. They don't want you to come down there and know the truth. So they float you on top. Anytime they tell you, oh, we are on top of the matter, don't worry, we are doing something, we are on top. That is exactly, they want you to remain on top there. Why they run the cabal under you? Biafrans come back, come down with them. Find out what the real problem is. And I can assure you, you will be amazed what is going on. Biafrans must be allowed to go. Nigerians should peacefully, quietly negotiate the dismemberment of this evil enclave called Nigeria. Those who love their next generation must begin to do all that is within their power to make sure that Nigerian is dismembered. Telling one lie to another will not change what is going to come upon all of us. But we can't avoid this doomsday. we can avoid this calamity. Let every one of us with clear heart and sincerity rise up as blacks that we are and separate Nigeria. This is not too much to ask for. And then differently, we can come together to make Africa great. But if you cannot give up that which belongs to another person, you cannot save your people. If your mindset is to rob Biafrans to become relevant before the global community, you do not represent those who can save Africans. Blacks, I must say. Let us tell ourselves the truth. I'll be back in a minute.
Of Biafra, in Biafra land, we're running to Saguari away from our province. Legend Rasta, Baba Chums, boom.
Danny, please on the beat.
I see you, Jenny.
See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. It's the land of my birth.
I will never be frustrated. I will never run away.
I will never run away.
I will always believe in the word the king and my father told me. Oh, my Biafra is a beautiful place. And it's so good for the people to live. No wonder people they are free, no more pressure here to see. If you like, make you follow me, go. I'm gonna show you many things you will like. And so be inside the Biafra life.
See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth.
I wanna go. Plenty things I see make me wanna go. No matter what the people say, no matter what they do. Biafra is my land full of good people. No matter what they do to bring us back. Forward ever, backward never. Let me hear you say freedom. Brother, let me hear you say freedom. Let me hear you say freedom. My sister, let me hear you say no, no. Freedom. Oh, yeah, yeah.
See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See, I'm the daughter of the Most High. We are the children of the Most High. They are planning for our downfall, but the Most High is on our side. Gone are the days of misery. Truly, right now we are seeing victory. Hey, all I see is freedom. No matter what they do, we are gonna be free. Hey, I'm proud to be a Biafran, baby. I'm not ashamed to be a Biafran, baby. See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. I'm proud to be a Biafran.
Make way for all them and there. You don't call them and do them and have the vampires. Make way for them. This way you know them and there. For Abba provides there. You gotta put respect to our leader, Mazi George Onyeibe. May you go to them and bless and protect all Biafrans. We love Biafra. One love.
Danny, please on the beat.
Yes, of course, at this moment our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our WhatsApp line once again is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Mazi Onyeibe.
Monitoring Spirit. Good evening from here.
Biafrans all over the world connected. CTA, the kingdom of Chukwuokike, which is Biafra, first, and his holiness, and every other thing shall be added unto you. I surrender all. I surrender all unto Nnamdi Kanu, my Lord and my personal Savior. I surrender all. Biafrans all over the world, except 6 years, the kingdom of Chukwuokike, which is Biafra, first, and his holiness, then every other thing that is said. Next time, every human being on this planet Earth, let's Biafra, that we are going back to our fatherland. Biafra, common sense, somebody from far away, like Britain and other nations that came to our land, and to tell us that our fathers are stupid, that they are useless, that their food are everything, including their religion, that they are in. And they brought every of that thing to us. Since that time till today, we are suffering. And they masculated and they went over 10 million of our ancestors, 1967 to 1970. It will not repeat again. Never. My beloved father, Donald Trump, you are the number one in the whole world. The power for this particular world to continue to exist is in your hand. It is not by mistake. It's the power of the Most High Creator, because He knows why He put you there. See, our need is just there to tell you how Britain deceived our ancestors. And we are talking that they have come in since yesterday morning till now. My name is Okechukwu Ojuka. I'm from Omowa, Olu Province, Biafra land. Imagine of Fuku, draw Fuku. Now no more Pesom Gawa, Obubo, Egadem to me. Aluku, more one corner. Oyakwenu, every religion on this planet Earth. Please, Biafra wants to stay on the phone. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, said he will give you people oil. Allow us to live. And Biafrans, listen. Go to Genesis chapter 6. Just 1 to 4. Very important. I read this from 1 to 10. Why to go to Kadam and destroy that world in the time of Noah? Because the heavenly beings intermarried with the human women. Go to Leviticus chapter 18. Reading 1 to end. Verse 24 to 29. Very, very important. All the government and then the leader, one here, what can I do, what can I do? All have said that conscious of the glory of the Most High. Our leader is our savior, and he's bringing us back. And listen, we are not joking. If you want to worship anything you want to worship, you are free. But you do see Biafra. Again, the DNA will know why. Think I'm not going to go. Same more than I'm going to go. ma weli woke yelu ekesike na-agụ m abụ ukwu nne m abụ ukwu nna m abụ onye ụwa m ike ga m nọ akụzido ọfọ emekwara m gịnị eso m dede na-aga ka anyị weta Biafra ego m na-ata ahụhụ ahachala m ihe niile takwa n'ụlọ Fulani, Yoruba, if Hausa, if you people know what is coming to your people, if you people know, forget all these things you people are doing. You know the power to bring rain and to stop rain in our hands. We have the power of Amadua. We are pleasing people. We are just telling you people, just go your way. We give you our ear. But if you say it is by violence, my beloved father, Trump, I still read this message to you. Go back to Ezra chapter 6 and chapter 7. Repeat the history about that. Because if you delay what is about to happen, immediately our leader said, we were waiting for them to start it. Then we will unleash our own madness because we defend ourselves. Then anything by violence in Nigeria will shut the whole world. You know, just stay quiet and look at the truth and see what is about to come. The sky, the bullets that will spread on the sky, the darkness will cover the sun. You will never see. All your blood to be after I get a blood and get on again. But I don't even I feel you see car. Uncle, what is I like to make a death. The one on the IPO. Then you quite a dog that for some people. Nobody came to Canada, nobody came down on the top. I have get back.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller, WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, my Africa web. Please, sir.
From here. Go ahead, please.
Oh, Biafra. Sir, I want to appreciate you. Before I continue, my name is Nkochi Mezia. I'm calling from the great city of Ghana. But I'm from Ohio is in Imo province. So I want to appreciate you for the good work you're doing for us. I want to thank you very much. You have been sacrificing all your time to make sure that you educate us. You're saying truly that zoological republic, they don't have future. Like since I came to Ghana, I'm telling you that their light is steady light. And when I'm working on, I have been checking some houses. There is no borehole. I am asking these people, don't they have borehole? But I find out that the government, they pipe water to all the compound in Ghana. But in that zoological republic, they can't do that because of how corrupt they are. That is why sometimes I wonder some people that are outside that zoological republic, when they come up, they are talking rubbish against our leader Mazi George. I said those people doing those things, it shall never be well with them because they are in a developed world. But going back to their villages is a very, very bushy area, very, very undeveloped community. But they have managed to insult IPOB and our leader Mazi George. So what I'm saying this night is, as you can see, I'm walking in the street of Ghana without fear. Ghana is seeing that white men are walking alone without escort. I'm asking myself, these people, if you see, in fact, they will kidnap them. Even at this night, I've seen they are walking, white men. So what we are saying is that and nobody will stop us. Nobody. They will not stop us. So the politicians, what they are doing in vain. What we need is that our freedom we shall get. Biafra must be restored. No man born of a woman stop Biafra. I want to tell the youth, all the youth in Biafra land, whether you from a bank, let's join hands and restore Biafra. Let's restore Biafra is our only hope.
Of course, we lost that caller, Zoo Epileptic as always, but we must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
George Onyeibe, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
George Onyeibe, onye na-ekwu Mazi John Joe.
Go ahead.
George Onyeibe, ọ na-eme ị na-ekwu okwu eziokwu obi na-adọ m ụtọ nke ukwuu. N'ihi na ihe ị na-akọwasị bụ ihe nke na-eme n'obodo a. Oke ebe m chọrọ itinye ọnụ bụ ihe banyere fuel. Anyị nwa bụ ndị nọ n'Aba. Anyị na-agba fuel na-arụ ọrụ. every day I saw fuel, I na-asọ a fuel 2,500. Ihe ọ bụ onye nwere small generator. Ije na yard niile dị na bar. Yard ọbụla nwere 3 deck. Front and back ya, ha na-enweta plant 2. Kele a na-ahụ ndị niile bụ ndị dị na yard ofuelu ha na-agba every day. Karịa na store, ndị niile bụ ndị nwe store na-arụ ọrụ dịka anyị nwa na-arụ. Anyị na-agba fuel every day, anyị gbafuru fuel abụọ 3,000 naira. Then ndị bụ ndị na-achị achị bụ ndị nọ n'ala Igbo. Ndị Awụsa na-ekwe ha nkwa na-asị ha a ga-enye unu vice president, a ga-enye unu president. Ụwa na-ekwe onye dịka nna ya nwe odo. M na-ekwuru okwu eziokwu George Onyeibe, agaala m ọha na eze ndị Igbo mbụ mitin ha na-aga ka m ga mara ihe ha na-eme. Ndị akpọrọ ọha na eze ndị Igbo mgbe akpọrọ ya n'Aba ihe eru 50 bụ ndị dara mitin ahụ. Beti ndị ewu na ọha na eze ndị Igbo ahụ bụ ndị na-echu ọha na eze ndị Igbo eru 10 mbụ ndị bụ ndị fọmụrụ ya nọ n'ime ya na-akpọnwụ ọha na eze ndị Igbo. Ha gburu ndị Igbo na-egwu egwu bụrụ Biafra land na-egwu egwu mgbe ọbụla ekwurekwu asị ọha na eze ndị Igbo. Ka ihe ga-emenụ na ya nwe odo bụrụ onye na-ahụ si na eyi 90 even ebe 50 years ago Nigeria nwere independent a na-ekwo nkwa a na-enye anyị nke a na-enye anyị nke a. Ha nọrọ n'elu nkwa ha na-ekwo ha na-enwekwa olileanya na ọ bụ ha nwa bụ ndị nkwa ahụ ga-emezu n'isi ha. Ebe ndị Awụsa kpọrọ nwe ha born to rule, beti ha hụkwanụ ihe ha na-eme. Onwe mgbe we chenjiri obu na-asị ihe ndị a na-eme anyị ka ihe anyị ga-eji mee ka ọ bụrụ si na anyị jikọtara onwe anyị ọnụ bụrụ ndị nke ga-ajọ Biafra. Ha na-ajọ onye ga-abụ eze because ihe Nnamdi Kanu mere asị ha mee ha ga-eme ya. Beti iwe na-ewe ha n'ebe Nnamdi Kanu nọ na Nnamdi Kanu wume onye na-achọ ka mmadụ niile nwere onwe ya. Mgbe onye isi ewu Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwu okwu ọzọ ọ bụ nwa naanị ndị Igbo bụ ndị ya chọrọ ka ha nwere onwe ya na-achọ ihe niile bụ nọ Afrịka ka ha nwere onwe ha. Ọ bụghị naanị nke onwe ya ka ọ na-ajọ. Beti mgbe Wazirike nọ na-aga Wazirike ruru n'ụzọ enye ya ọdịnarị ego Wazirike gbaa brek ewerela ego yọọ Nnamdi Kanu n'ihu wee ya n'azụ nye ya prezidenti ye beti ndị ahụ bụ ndị ọba ewere nwa obere ego ụtọ ha arala azụ. Na-achọ George Onyeibe anyị atala ahụhụ ihe nna ya nwe otu a na planị onwe nke ọbụla ga-agara ha n'ihe na ndị Awụsa kpọrọ ha asị. Ndewo, abụ m John Job esi m ọgbọ Provost na-akpọ. Ndewo.
Thank you. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Mazi George Onyeibe, good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Ekene dere nna n'ihi ọlụọmụnụ na-alụ. Obi dị m ụtọ, jisi m ike. Ewe nna anyị ga-agba unu ume. N'eziokwu ihe unu na-ekwu wee eziokwu. Mmegbu niile a na-emegbu anyị ọ pụtala ihe. Aha mbọ ya dị mma Orieke. Esi m Aba na-akpọ. Mmegbu niile a na-emegbu anyị ọ pụtala ihe. Ebe anyị amatakwala nna a na-emegbu anyị. Nna anyị ga-emere anyị ebere anyị wee nweta ihe anyị na-achọ. Anyị wee nweta Biafra. Dịka ya wee nke Enugu yuzuru Maazị Nnamdi Kanu wee na-alụ ọlụ a. Nna anyị ga-eme ebere anyị wee nweta ya. Ndị ahụ niile na-agbakwanụ sabụ ike ga-agwụcha ha. Ike ga-agwụ ha niile. Ọtụ mmegbu niile a na-emegbu anyị ha ga-asị na ha amaghị. Onweghị kọmpani nọ n'Aba in the whole Biafra land. Onweghị ezigbo kọmpani nọ. Unilever nọ n'Aba mgbe m bịara Aba kpọpụrụ ya wela ya Ogun steeti. Onwe onye gasị na ọmaghị. Ete ha na-ahụcha ihe niile ndị a ha agba nkịtị. Seaport niile a na-ekwu okwu ugbu a ha mechichara. Ha niile na-arụbụ ọrụ.
Of course.
Naanị ha na-eri. Ọ ego ha na-enye ha mere ha ji na-ekpuchi arụrụ ala niile a na-arụsị anyị. Mana ike ga-agwụ ha niile n'otu n'otu. Nna anyị bụ unu ume. Onye malitere ọrụ ọ ga-arụrụ ya ruo ọgwụgwụ. Ike agaghị agwụ ya n'ụzọ. Ya wee ga-agba ya ume. ọsịrị anyị enweta Biafra anyị niile ga-aṅụrịkwa n'ọṅụ n'ime Biafra ya wee gọzie Maazị Nnamdi Kalụ gọzie Maazị Uche Mefọ Iziaman Indeed ya wee gbaa ya ume onye ahụ ekwu eme dịka o kwere anyị nkwa na ya ga-ekwe ka ọlụ a ihe gbasara Biafra ka o nwee kọrọpshọn otu a ka ọ dị ekene dịrị ya wee n'ihi ndị o ji arụ ọrụ nna anyị gọzie gị okwu niile na-ekwu eziokwu ọtụ mmadụ were eziokwu lie n'ala wọnde eziokwu ga-ebilite o teele ha liri eziokwu n'ala mana taa o biliela ọ ga-alaghachi azụ ọzọ o nweghị ga-eme ya alaghachi azụ ọzọ mana ike ga-agwụ ndị ahụ niile na-agba anyị mgbe okpuru niile a ike agwụkwara nụ ha agwụ n'ihi gịnị Biafra bịaruola anyị maara n'eziokwu na ọ bịaruola onye ọbụla nwere anyị ime mmụọ ga-amara eli na ọ bịaruola ahụhụ anyị ahụ gaghị edi mgbe na-adịghị anya anyị agaghị kọntinukwe na ahụhụ ọhụ ọzọ nke o teela ndị a mewere anyị ihe o tele ha mewere anyị ihe mgbe emekọtara m onye iberibe ihe ya amata onye ahụ na-eme ya ha ahụ ike ga-agwụ ike agwụla ha biko arụ ala niile ha na-arụ anya chee ma ya agaghị ama mana nna anyị nke enyegesi ofu ụzọ si mba na ụmụ ya ga-akọntinu na ahụhụ a ka ọ tọpụla anyị na-agbụ anyị enwere n'onwe anyị ma ọ sọrọ ha mee anyị enwere n'onwe anyị efuziri m ike na anyị enwere n'onwe anyị mgbe otu ahụ ka ọ ga-adị ya wee gbaa unu ume Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, I'm still there.
Go ahead, please. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm still there. Good evening, my African rep. I am Martin Nnamdi from Enugu. Well, I'm not in Enugu right now. I'm somewhere in Nemi. In Biafra land anywhere. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Hello?
Go ahead, the word is listening.
Yes. Now, Amaromo, Suibo, because Amaromo, it seems that some persons are yet to understand, and as in, I don't know whether it's lack of intelligence or what, or lack of wisdom. How will I put it? Can you imagine that some from UK called in today during our leaders broadcast and was asking him about the strategies that our leaders is using, and he went on to say that our leader comes every day to make what he called white noise. As in, I can't get it very well whether he was saying wild noise or white noise, Then, well, what I could just guess was that he is here to understand that already our leader is making waves and they have been making use of several strategies. Now, let me make it clear to you people, Biafrans all over the world listening. Now, it means, let me tell you, our leader comes every day with other radio like you, Onyeibe, that is always on radio. Those truths that you people are talking, everything that you people are talking, those teachings that you people are talking are geared towards the restoration of Biafra. Now, let us take the truths. For example, you all are using the truths to disgrace and dismantle the zoo, Nigeria, telling the whole world, see how Nigeria is, and it is irredeemable, and it is not to be encouraged to continue to exist. I don't know whether you are getting my point. That's not enough. Even our leader, everybody not on Radio Biafra now what the whole world put anywhere to the opponents, even obodo no na n'iyi no kwesi oze ka ọkakwudo kana aza country ma ọ bụ nation. Are you getting me? This is one of the highest strategy and they use. So stop being confused. In fact, just like you just said, Onyeibe, a few minutes ago during your broadcast, if you love your next generation, you must support Biafra. You must support this movement. If you love next generation, bet me there will be a time if things continue this way. Bet me in the next getting to 100 years there will be. I don't think Igbos will still be existing. I don't think in the next century. I don't think Igbos. Okay, even if Igbos are still left on the surface of the earth, I think smaller ethnic bodies like Idibia and the rest of it, or or the other extensions of Igbo may be totally wiped out. So if you love your next generation, you must support this. So cause na nonsense Onyafu, Amofia bonus from LNC. That one Mr. Tony Nade na Amano. Nyama Secretary General, Nyama President, Nyama Bifenine, Secretary General, Assistant, DOT, Hanine, Omakude code itself. Who's no LNC expose
itself as simple as ABC.
So no problem. As in expose the West no LNC. You can imagine saying that no LNC bife make he moves. Trump would sign your documents or sign when departments of days, number of days on for religious freedom and all that. Now, name that UK on here, and where LNC and where branch of LNC that place, all these things are what our attention should be drawn at. All these things are what our attention should be drawn at. Now, Owen Kene Utem steady. Let me say it. I've been posting on Facebook time without number. Do you remember that time xenophobia happened in South Africa? If you come to students group, university students group, everywhere we'll be shouting, hey, xenophobia, this one, that one. Let us write articles, let us write poems in order to communicate to the whole world showing that we are against it. And I told them that time, you all are very stupid. When the Fulani herdsmen were killing and raping our women in Enugu, in Benue, you did not say anything. Now that xenophobia is killing our people in South Africa, Hi, I'm just. In fact, okay. Recently, the rape of Ova in Benin, the death of George Floyd in US. Everybody just entered the net and was writing this one, right? Rape, end rape, stop rape. This one, that one, idiots. That is what all of you. Nonsense. One member representing Nnewi North constituency in Anambra State. I wouldn't mention his name. I don't know whether it's Nnewi North or Nnewi South. He went to the Facebook and was demonstrating with his men in his page, end rape, this, that. I went to his post, shared it, and wrote what I wrote. I went to his comment, I commented. He was stupid enough to ask me what is my point. A honorable member of a house really talking, what is your point? I recopied what I wrote. Oh my God, I don't know whether in fact, there is something I picked from our leaders interactive session today. He said that let us leave Nyanwodo, just like Abaribe said, that when we will start attacking them is when it has dawned on everybody, even those saboteurs, that we need. Then by that time, when we start attacking everybody, we have one heart, we have one spirit. But I pity them because by then also, hello?
Try and summarize.
Hello?
Try and summarize.
Okay. Well, I pity them because by that time their wives must have been raped. I don't know whether Munya would say have wife. And all those idiots, those saboteurs, both Joe Ibokwe, their wives and sisters must have been raped before they will now open their eyes very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Austin calling from Ebonyi State.
Go ahead, please.
I appreciate you for your work. I thank you so much for your educating us. Concerning the topic this night, Nigeria is always the top of the matter. Even the way of worship, even the way of their teaching, they always be on top of it. We see someone kill someone, they say that they are always on top of investigating the matter. Why they didn't get the source of it? So coming to our leader brokers this morning, the man that was asking our leader, he want to know the strategies that they are using, is one of the agents that Zoo is using. So our leaders shared number that they should call. Some of them refuse to call. And even here in Ebonyi State, in other sectors in Nigeria, if they shared number to us to call, we will call. Even if BBC or any other channel give number, we will call. But them are just serving their cabals. You know, they can't call because if they want to call, they will tell their cabal, please, so give us money. You know that we are going to risk our life. If we call them, we are going to risk our life. So you should, as you give us money for social media, you will give us money to call. And that's the reason why some of them are afraid of calling. But the assurance we give to them is that whether they like it or not, Biafra must restore.
Thank you very much.
Some of them that always see this, some of us are driving Okadas and Kekes, they say that it's Okada and Keke business. I want to assure them that when Biafra comes, they will see that it's not Okada and Keke business. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Are you still there? Call on WhatsApp.
Hello.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Mazi George.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I am a native of Ishiago, Ebonyi State, Biafra land. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi George. I greet all IPOB members who are doing everything humanly possible to face this useless country called Nigeria. IPOB remain the only mouth for almost 85% of people living in Nigeria. The other 15% or 20% who are looting and stealing the whole money in the treasury of Nigeria are there for their family. It is only IPOB that is speaking for those who has nobody to represent them. I thank God our leader whom God have sent for a time like this. Because I don't know what could happen if our leader, if IPOB is not around by now. After all the explanation, our leader has coming from time to time to explain to our people. Those people who have decided to remain slave in the hands of Fulanis. They are doing everything devilish power to stop the work of God. But it will not be possible. They will end up in shame. I want to talk to Enyinia. Enyinia, your father is a saboteur. Your father died as a saboteur and go to hell. You came up to represent your father. You are making your mouth that you are going to sabotage Biafra. You feel you are doing good to yourself. You don't know that the Fulani saw you as the most useless people in Igbo land. One of them. Because it was a surprise that somebody will go and collect money and sell their tribe to enslave. What are you going to do with money? Is a question. How many years are you now on this earth? How many years do you think you have to stay before you die? Then how much damage that you have created before leaving the earth? This family, Nwodo family, has been a disgrace to Igbo land. And it will remain so. Nwodo family will remain like Achan in Bible. Achan in Bible. That is Enyinia Nwodo. That is Nwodo family. Nwodo, as a claim that is a president of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. He was the first person to go and congratulate Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma, who is number 4 out of the four persons that run governor in Imo State. After 7 months that the governor elected has been in office, the Fulani turn everything upside down and take Hope Uzodinma and mount to him in Imo State. And Enyinia Nwodo, you say you are the president of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, and all of you who claim that you are elders, all of you who claim that you are elders, I'm sorry for you, because you have destroyed your future. Because what you did has made Igbo people, if not Nnamdi Kanu, to be useless in the whole world. Without IPOB, this race called Igbo or Biafra, without IPOB, honestly, they are nothing. Some of us are feeling that we have somebody to who is representing in Abuja, not knowing that those people there are idiots and slaves to the Fulanis. What a shame. What a shame. Every 4 years, election. Every January, budget. Where the money is going, nobody knows. Every 4 years. Immediately after 4 years, after election, whatever they call election, they will start talking another 4 years. They have not to even go up to 5 months or 3 months. They start talking another 4 months, another 4 years. What a shame. A group of people that is working for Satan. I thank God for what is happening in Abuja now. because everywhere is quiet. Forget about whatever they are doing. They are shameless country, Nigeria. Thank God for something that happened in Ghana and other countries, hoping that other countries will come up to disgrace this useless country called Nigeria, because it's not a country. It's where the whole animal, the whole useless people, the whole idiot, the whole devil are occupying, calling it Nigeria. Any corner you touch, they are there. Go to the church, there are many. That is where they call them general overseers, mostly in Yoruba land. They are deceiving our people. When we are telling some of them, they claim they know God. Why? They don't know that the Yoruba use charm. Many of them are using charm to deceive them in the name that they are going to church. Every day you go and pay your tithe, you go and pay your offering. They will use it and go and buy an aeroplane, go and build a school, universities all over the whole place. And you go to the church, you see poor people where they are poor. Every Sunday you go and float what you have. You cannot even pay your house rent. You cannot even pay anybody that is, you go and borrow money. Instead, you go and give it to Yoruba church and come out useless. Honestly. Thank you very much, Mazi Onyeibe.
We must continue.
You are a great man.
God is faithful.
You are a great man.
Thank you.
Chukwu Kikabiama is your threat.
And you too.
Thank you very much.
Yes, caller on the female line. Go ahead, please.
Mazi George Onyeibe, my name is Ifoma from Aba.
Go ahead, please.
George Onyeibe, how far?
About 30 miles.
You know that's our plan.
you want to make me laugh. See, you don't make me laugh. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, honestly, every of your program, I really enjoy it. So this evening on, around that kind 7:30, it wasn't all that clear due to Zoo Athletic Network. But the little one I had, or the little one I learned from you, is mainly that one you say that any man that has the urge over his own daughter, let that person go and check actually where that girl comes from. Because anyway, anybody when they get with that feeling, I really just as you are explaining, over his own blood, it's a sacrilege. Which means, this time around, on a woman, why am I where the mother only. So some women now happen. What was they aside their husband to make sure how we want hand in phobia. And how many of them wounding are falling into this victim of raping their own children because it's not their biological blood. They made DNA organ aware of the truth. So, Mazi Onyeibe could not try. And in the morning, our director Nakwara a book. That one was a very big lecture. That stupid man. In fact, our director downloaded him that in a way he didn't even know what to say again. He was just, if you don't beat them, you join them. George Onyeibe, I'm praying that this struggle must be actualized. You hope Elohim, the mirroring that this our Biafra must be achieved. In the name of Yahweh Yeshua.
See. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Is that Mazi George Onyeibe speaking?
Yes, of course. Good evening from here.
Good evening. My name is Madabuchi. I'm calling from United Kingdom, Leeds, Bradford branch. And I just want to let you know that I'm full of tremendous gladness for the I see this work that you're doing. It is not easy, because I know what it is. You're putting yourself on the line. I respect you for that. And in fact, I do not want nobody to get you upset by to some people calling your direct line. You've said it time and number, and you've sang it like a song. I do not know why people don't listen. Anyway, I do not want you to for that to bring you down at all in the job you're doing. I just want to use this particular opportunity to let you know that the zoo is. I dropped tears and I'm so saddened. And when I remember our children over 5, the type of children that were starved to death during the Biafra War, we cannot forget, and we will not forget. As a matter of fact, people back home, our brothers and sisters, are taking money from them for life. They don't even give them life. For life that you don't even use. So how many am I going to talk about? But you know what? Some of those are people that are up there, that are on that ladder, and that licking the ass of those gender weeds, according to my leader. You know, the time will come when Biafra will be actualized. We will build another Guantanamo Bay and keep them there, and then will they stay there and kick the bucket. Right? And time will come when and they had a you know what? I just want to encourage you to continue what you're doing. But do not make no mistake. I repeat, do not allow nobody to get you upset. Continue to do what you're doing, and Chukwu Kadama, you give me the courage and motivation more. I thank you very much, and I end it there. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from. Caller on the line.
Good evening. My name is Ezine Ojuku. I'm calling from Aba.
Go ahead, please.
Biko, ihe m chọrọ ịgwa ndị na-akpọ n'ala anyị na ọwụghị ele aha ya a na-akpọ ya this man a na-ekwu okwu ya nna ya Nwodo. They should not put that nna is a respect. They should call him Nwodo aha ya because he's an evil man. Ụta ọnọdụ na Aba ndị amị na-agbagharị ugbu a anwụchi ụmụ okorobịa na ọnwụ ụmụ kọt na-enweghị ihe ha mere. The whole of Varel now, ndị niile bi n'Ovarel will testify na ihe niile na-eme na Aba now. Amị staff na-agbagharị na-eburu ụmụ okorobịa na ha wụ kọtis eburupụ ndị nke ebupụ ahụbiri ha anya rute till now. Ihe niile ahụ onweghị na-ekwute okwu ya a na-akpọ nna ya Nwodo. Nobody should call him Nwodo again. Ndị ọchịchị anyị na-ahụ ya ikpeazụ si na ọnụga ihe mega ndị niile ebupụọ ka ị tara ọnụ ha niile ọwe kọtis ọnwa okorobịa niile gafere n'ọwe kọtis. People in Aba should hear, young boys should hear what is happening in Aba right now. That may be good and fast. They should be aware about it.
Of course, we must continue. Caller on the line. Zoo Epileptic Network. Our people must remain focused. The way of Nigeria is simple. They are always on top of the matter. This is the time we have to leave them on top there and go below. Are you there, caller on the line?
Yes.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, our David Carlo. Are you with me?
Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you. Mazi George Onyeibe, may continue to bless you. I'm amazed that I later got you. I was trying the line since you started. May Elohim continue to bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, my Lord and my Savior in the land of Biafra.
may Chukwuka will continue to give him more strength, wisdom, and internal life to make sure that even though in his death, I will still use his spirit to learn the things of the spirit in the mighty name of Chukwuka. Now, hello? Mazi George, can you hear me? Hello? Thank you. Mazi George Onyeibe, did you know that there are people even, although I know you know, there are people even in IPOB that didn't know the structure or the strategy of IPOB. Did you know that?
So many of them.
Why am I saying this? Just imagine the kind of common question people do bring in. Now, if you see that young man on the road, the man that says he's living in UK, he will tell you that he is a Biafran and he is also an IPOB member. You know me, I'm a commercial driver here in Iguacha. You know me very well. And these people, I saw this man today as a passenger. He said the way that IPOB is going on this issue is not the way. And I asked him, which way is the best? That we should write a letter for referendum and pass it to the Senate House. And I asked him a question. Did you think that IPOB didn't do something like that? He didn't know that we need to even write a copy to the United Nations. I asked him, did you know that our leader has been there? He said, no, let's forget about that. Why is he saying this? Because our radio of South Africa, when it was broadcasting, I was putting it aloud on the road in my vehicle. He said that what we are saying against this governor, being this Supreme Court governor of Imo State, that is not right, that whom God has blessed. Did you see the way they think? Now I asked him, so God do exist in court now? He said, that's how we used to reason, that we should write everything in the court of law of Nigeria. And I asked him, did you know that in the court of law of Nigeria, there is nothing like referendum? Many people didn't know what we are doing. They didn't know what we are encountering. Just like as our leader said, every coordinator, that if you are not in the spirit, that you will not know what we are doing. And that is a simple fact. Now look at you, George Onyeibe. I know the first day I saw you in IPOB, but look at the tremendous waves that you are making. They won't know that you are just an ordinary servant to IPOB, that Chukwuka just sent you there. They don't know. If you begin saying it, it will be as if you are boasting or they are making you or raising your ego. No, it's a simple arithmetic, just like as our leader said. Logic and deduction, 1 + 1 = 2. I have a question for our leader. And I'm praying one day it will be the turn of Biafra land, just like this, our line that we are using, just come on like this. I'll get to him and asking the same question I was asking you the other day about the flags of the world. I saw in the coat of arms of Biafra where a man, it's just like a Biafra man, standing between the leopard. It's a coat of arms. I need such a narration. Let me know why the white man keeps such a history like that. Have they changed it? Now, why is it that they map out or they erase the map of Biafra in the land of, in the map of Africa? Just want to know. Now, did you know that many people did not know that it is a white man that gave them that name, Lord Lugard? They call themselves Nigeria. They didn't even know the first constitution. Who was it written by? They didn't know. I used to use my hand and search for it just to know in case of doubts. Because one person ever came to me and said also that it was a Igbo man that wrote the constitution of Nigeria. Just imagine. Did you see their mentality? So what I know that IPOB is doing is to sanitize our people. And I know that Chukwuka is giving us the strength, the wisdom to tackle all this, because it's not by power, it's not by mind. Only those who are chosen by the Elohim of light. Mazi George Onyeibe, I know that we are going far. But because of my brothers, I will allow them to continue. But Mazi George Onyeibe, please, I need you to do something for me. Please, whenever you finish, give us a good song that will nourish our memory more better. In the mighty name of Chukwuka, may He continue to bless you.
Thank you.
In the mighty name of Elohim. Thank you, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Yes. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi Onyeibe.
Ibonta.
Good
afternoon. Go ahead.
If the Ibonta is there online, I want to do something very, very unusual this afternoon. Mbonto maybe Mazi Onyeibe ya itongo we musong fien. Itongo we musong fien, itongo we musong awful. Itongo we musong Mazi Indikano. Itongo we musong Mazi Ochemafo, our deputy. Itongo we musong ukeru song Mazi Adoziem. Asong ukeru kere we Mazi all of them in the DOS. Iton women song Kerego. Iton women song Yenem Christiana. Iton women song all the listeners. Go women yom. Me taniko kiko kwaibum. Sa the heavenly language. Aba seke no mona kwaibum. Mbo mona kwaibum jin medi ke women yom. Am indigere mbiribo nto mimi. Ke iniekem. Sa de ajirimi idonwe koto Nigeria. Nigeria. Imiba ufenete Kuba mon Fulani. Uke si kpo jire nam. Inama ikere mpong. Inam kere fere togo parawa. Inam kere fere togo boikpa. Uke npose mo inam ife koke wo baake. Ekere ekparamo politicians ekere koke Akwa Ibom State. So many women yi ba mbidi bente binuke parawa ke Akwa Ibom State. Edenye rakira ntogo boikpa. Edenye rakira ute ba ke Akwa Ibom. Emenye oil company ke Akwa Ibom ere. But how many of you back that oil company? How many schools ke Akwa Ibom ke me proud of? Ke they well equipped with computers. Enam ya mufeba the modern children of this world. Mpara keriba ke Akwa Ibom ere. Pipe born water in here ke Akwa Ibom. There's no light ke Akwa Ibom State. At times they say kama phone on charging spots. Say I can charge phone. Can you imagine on generators? That is why your phone keep on spoiling every day. You keep on buying phones because you charge them on generators. So mpo phone no ke Akwa Ibom and it will never be good except Biafra. So ukere mu fesu ke fere e kayan kan politician adam. Ero kan politician adam ewo. Edo kan politician adam ewo ibigi nwawo upon politics in Nigeria are the vanity upon vanity because even women mufika mpo back eki igwori dem engine because of politicians ka ke say dem abeka o for mo they will lock their gates over you after mama on offend $500 or 500 naira or 1,000 naira to vote them in. Amarakade, they lock their gates. Amarakade, they will make you their gate men. Amarakade, they will make you that is their talks. That's who you swear as a talk. Is that what you want to be? Biafra bigidimi, ayana maudikapa, it is better than even Dubai. Because Biafrans, eni ubagutum. Biafrans abase, that's how endow monunerejit. Meumiango ideas. Uke npose moenam. Ayiya ikenina sa idide ibonta ayiya ikenina inam se moenam Biafra ebo plane ayiya ebo plane Biafra ebo moto ayiya ikeni ebo moto ya unite me monu nege because amo de ibo dide ibonta ayiya second in everything ke that very place when video okay. If you know where God has placed Monokwa Ibom, if you look at the history and we'll look at from that is from birthright. I did second to them. We are forget about when they say second to somebody, mean that you are a small person. I know people are there's ego. There's ego saying I'm always say feel that if you say somebody is second to this person, that person is no, come off it. They will always be number one and they will always be number two. Number one can always be number two, number two can always be in short, let's forget about positions. I'm always talking about that. So it won't package the remaining the ideas, meaning that's the career, everything it takes. So especially the youth of Akwa Ibom State, don't be lazy. The ladies and the women in Akwa Ibom State, that's the young ladies, the young girls in Akwa Ibom State. This is the time for you to enroll yourself as a volunteer. This is where they will test you. This is where they will know who you are. We have a lot of army ladies, army women, young girls here in the United States. Here, everywhere, all over the world. Go and see. Most of them are pilots. You can be a pilot under that is the military. You can be anything under the military. You can be a doctor. You can be a lawyer. You can be a footballer. So don't look at the military as where you go to fight war. Don't look at the military or where you go to defend anything. They have a lot of units in it. So wake up, don't be Akwaibom young ladies and men. That is my message this afternoon, and I'm begging Mazi Onyeibe to give me his platform to tell you people this, because I know a lot of people listen to his speech. And I want to say this to all our brothers all over Biafra land. We are all one. We are all one. I thank God that people are waking up now. I thank God. I thank God of that our brother in River State, who I'm talking about, he's talking good now. He's coming down again, and I pray God he stands at where he is right now. Not tomorrow he will derail again. I pray that all the bewitchment of Nigeria, all the bewitchment and enchantment from Asorok will not be us anymore. Our brothers and sisters must be released out of bondage and out of enslavement and enclavement of the evil, so that they will come and see the light. The light here, we have come to teach the light, and we have come to practice the light. I thank God for those that are standing firm to practice the light, not preaching the light and not acting the light. I thank God this IPOP, we are practicing and we are striving. Human beings, we can make we can derail from here and there, but at last we'll come back together and make it right. Nobody is a monopoly of knowledge. And at last we can argue, at last we come back together. That is how life is in the whole world. The America, everything is running to today. The Britain or wherever in the world that is better today. They had their own misunderstanding. They wake up. Here it is very bad is when a man falls down and he remains there. So nobody should judge anybody. What I'm saying this afternoon is that come, we have seen the lights. Let us follow Mazi George and preach the light and act the light. That is the preaching today, and that I thank God for Mazi George Onyeibe. He's the light and he preached the light. He's a fearless soldier, just like his master Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if we are following that light, let us speak like him, act like him. In the face of Nigeria, he sent message to the late Buhari. He said, go and tell him that he's crazy and he's a madman. That is a man. If you want to talk to a stupid person, you talk to him with and every just like our brother George Onyeibe, he say it the way it is, so that maybe it will correct that thing that the devil in Asorok has written in our brains. A lot of people in Nigeria, but not our Biafran people. Some of our Biafran people that are still under that bondage. But I thank God, since that our River State brother is out of that bondage, a lot of us will fall into. We are going to come out of it. God is going to reset our brain because of the way we speak to you. I keep on telling people, when small David go to kill Goliath, Goliath threatened him. Goliath spoke words that would have make David to run away. That's run away. But David stood his ground, and David spoke to him back. If you want to talk to your enemies, you don't romance your enemies. You talk to your enemies the way you know that it will touch your enemies. Then your enemy will wake up and start thinking, why would this small boy or why would this person talk to me? He will start resetting his brain. He was stupid. So I want to think that IPOP, that we are arrogant. No, we are not. It is because they have maimed us. They have killed us. They have raped us. Even raped some of our mothers and they open their mouth to people. They have killed a lot of us. They have even killed. I don't know what to say again. Even a child inside the womb know that we have been maltreated. Go to Imo State, go to everywhere in the eastern part of Nigeria. You will see that we are living inside bushes. That is no more home. And that is why they have brought their Amajuris, they have brought their Fulani people to come and start teaching our children how to live inside the bushes. Because bad character, in fact, that is very, very infectious. By the time you know it, when our small children start growing, they see people living inside the bush, they will start living inside the bush too. And that is not our culture. That is not our life. So we must take them out of our land. by fire and force. Please, my brothers and sisters, don't say, why is she shouting? But I want to speak so that you can hear me very well. We must stand firm with Nnamdi Kanu. We must stand firm with Mazi Ochomafo, with every Biafran that is working assiduously and working tirelessly to restore Biafra, All those people that are weak, they are going about with long papers, going about with so much files. File will never give us Biafra, let me tell you guys. Carry the file from now till tomorrow like one of our brothers, I don't want to call his name, going about with file. I have said this, I have written this. Is it all about that's writing it? It's all about implementing what you have written. For 27 years, he has been writing things. Maybe his father and his parents sent him to law school to start writing and writing without implementing. So let us not follow that. Let us stand at where there's action and there's writing. We write, we speak, and we act. That is where we are. Come out from wherever you are. Please, my brothers and my sisters, I did it on my own. Nobody called me. Mazi George Onyeibe can bear my witness. I used to do my own thing by myself. And I thank God for today that I'm a proud IPOB member. Please do not look at us as if we are people that we are troublemakers. We are not. It's because that's the same wherever you wear your shoe and you know how it pains you. We know how it pains us. It is not a good thing for people of our age to run out of our country, to go and live outside the country. It is not a good thing. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. That is why I am making my plans. I put my boxes down. The first person that will be on air is me. I'm going back to my father's land. I'm going back to build from the scratch with those people that God has chosen. And I know God has chosen you too.
Thank you.
May God bless us. God bless Biafra land, and may God bless Mazi Kanu and George Onyeibe and every other person in Christ's name. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Ada.
you.
And then this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. Sincere appreciation to those of you who were able to call in. My apology to those of you who I cannot pick their call now because our time is fast spent already. That having been said, the truth cannot be overemphasized. Biafra must stop looking at issues from on top of the matter, because that is where Nigerian dwells. Being on top of the matter is being on top of deception. Come to the bottom, you will see the truth. Good night from here. Do have a wonderful day ahead of you. Of course, those of you the same time frame with me, do have a pleasant night rest. Udo derende cha udo ndewonu.
Respect to the Most High. Yeah. Biafra, the rising sun. Now you hear me now? Everywhere in the world, Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Freedom, yeah. Biafrans, we know what we want. Biafrans, we know what we need. All we want is Biafra, Biafra. All we need is Biafra, Biafra. Our leader have tell us the truth. Now we know who we are. Osaflani is killing Biafrans, Biafrans. Yoruba is looking for 10%, 10%. Oh, yeah.